Hello everyone, it's us. It's your boy TikTak and Usurpering coming in hot with the newest TLG content, which is an older run by Walter that we will be reacting to. 3 full hours of pure content and amazingness.
And speed. 3 hours of pure speed.
Let's fucking go. So you're the expert here. Do you have anything to say before we start about this run and Walter in general?
Okay, so just for context, so we haven't actually done a world record review since Sable Dragon, the comparison we did between Sable Dragon Rook and Samurai Blue, which that previous world record was 3 hours 12 minutes and something seconds. This has been a massive jump. This is 11 odd minutes time saved just from mostly ILs have been bought out, people have been optimizing ILs, found new checkpoints, little movement optimizations which have brought the time down gradually. There's been a new, I guess, semi-major, well, kind of major skip, I can say a minute, 2 odd hours into the run, and it's just been for a run like TLG, any time save is a miracle, is a diamond in the rough, needle in a haystack. So the fact that this one guy swooped in out of nowhere and just whoom, took this record, and his previous one was 304 and this one's 301, and I've seen some of it. He did miss a few things, so he's literally on the cusp of a sub 3 hours as well, and that will happen eventually if he just keeps going for it, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
yeah.
Especially when thinking about the TAS video, that guy learned from the TAS.
Yeah.
He was just, okay, these threads look cool, let's just incorporate them and find a bunch of new ones that make things more consistent, and then just reset the hell out of TOG of all things.
Because before it was people would just learn from the highest ranking any percent at that time, whereas Walter, I think, just kind of looked at the task and just this is my learning point, I'm gonna watch the task, any percent, whatever, but task though, and he just came out with this.
Yeah, as well as a lot of actual IL practice and segmented optimization. He just approached that thing with a level of detail that we would usually see in something like Shadow. So it blows my mind that someone is actually able to pull something off like that. And I hope this video will be helpful, not only just as an entertainment and tribute kind of thing, but also as a mini tutorial, I guess, just to see what is possible, and Usu will try her best to explain while I watch and learn.
So I'm going to go over things that are new, any kind of new strategies, bits of AI, fights, etc., things that have changed. So hopefully I can keep up to date with that. And yeah, it's going to be 3 hours of our lives we won't get back, so why not just jump into it?
Sure thing. Let me start it in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, and the desktop audio should be good. Look at him go all in.
And now we have 15 to 16 seconds of just loading screen. Beautiful, beautiful loading screen. So the start of the run really doesn't mean too much. The first 15 minutes can be semi-disposable. Past 20 minutes, gonna get jammy.
Oh god, I hope the game isn't too loud.
It is a tiny bit loud.
I'm trying to adjust as we go, while Walter gets slapped into a wall.
Yeah, so as you can see that he literally didn't even jump straight onto the spear, and yet he just kept going, whereas I don't know, I would have reset if I didn't jump straight onto the spear. He lost a second or two just trying to move around the leg. Imagine
losing a second or two in TOG. Disgusting.
Because the game's so, long and there's so many variables, when you lose a couple seconds you don't even notice it, but if you watch it on playback you're just that could have been quicker, that could have been quicker, that could have been quicker, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same kind of disease of just oh, I missed something at the start, let's reset, even though otherwise it's perfectly fine and loses a second or two.
So this is a fairly new movement optimization as well. Jumping onto this lever when it's pulled down, and then you grab the barrel. It's quicker than having to run up the stairs, climb up the wall, crawl through the hole, and all that jazz. So it saves like a good second or two. But you still do the starting point exactly the same.
Yeah, just feeding the dude.
Feeding the boy, yeah. There's really not too much optimization to this part other than what we already had before. Like, the order of the barrels is pretty much the same.
Alright.
Hold on. Audio's a bit desynced.
Is it?
You might be better... Hold on.
If it is, I can try to like reset
Do it on... Or just do it on lower quality. Because it says 1080 60 FPS and that's kind of like chugging the frames. There we go.
Better?
Much better, yeah.
So nothing out of the ordinary so far.
Oh yeah, the start of the run's like pretty bread and butter as far as the run goes. It's the same in all barrels, the same 80%. Same in the first segment, you know. It's only when you really get out the cave that it starts like branching out more.
I see.
So even like this kind of checkpoint, whatever segment into the new scene, still like it could have been quicker, but he just kept going on, which is like the perseverance of keep pushing forward, even if you've lost a few seconds here and there. And actually, that's how we got the world record, which is insane. So a lot of people are very defeatist. They reset if something doesn't go right.
Yeah, I think the more important part is actually optimizing the later game, where a lot of things can actually lose time a lot more consistently, I guess.
Yeah, mid-game is where things really get choppy, because, well, because the way TLG the game is, you can't just load up a certain point. You always boot up where you left off, which makes practicing incredibly hard. So everyone else has always practiced the beginning more, which is why the first, 20 minutes, half an hour are the most optimized parts of the run. Whereas the late and middle game, only due to ILs being a thing, have finally got some more progress made of them, which is why more shortcuts and whatnot have been found.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
coming up to early mirror, or first ledge jump, by getting a boost off that rock, you're gonna go onto that ledge. You actually missed it that first time though, but you gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the hardest jumps in the entire game. Second hardest jump now that we have the same kind of thing in the mine later.
Yeah, but he seems to be consistent with it, from what it looks
Oh
like.
yeah.
He probably reset for that one even.
I think he did it 5 times in a row once. That was the...
Just a matter of practice, as it turns out. I have no even like understanding how it's supposed to work. It just feels so wobbly with the way the boy moves.
Yeah, because there's like a good like 0.3-ish second delay on your input to the boy doing that input on screen. So you always have to press a button preemptively to do any kind of jump, any kind of action, which makes going from like, I guess, Shadow, where you press jump, Wonder jumps the second instant like you press jump, whereas the boy, he doesn't, and that kind of disconnect from the two games I know can frustrate players.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like if you just keep if the more you grind it, it just becomes natural. So now I go into games where you have like you press something and it happens instantly. I'm just like, well, that's not how the last guard worked.
Yeah, it's just that to get into TOG and run it for so much that all my shadow setups are flawed and don't work anymore, right? Because I do everything in a delayed manner.
Yeah, going from one game to the other is a bit weird in the controls. And this is a new checkpoint that was discovered by Walter.
Oh yeah,
so,
I remember that one.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot the lightning, and then checkpoint when he lowers his tail, and that's gonna bring you forward into the next room, so that you don't have to lure Trico over, which takes a good 20-odd seconds.
How do you even find things like that? This is so insane and such a weird interaction.
Yeah, sometimes it's just randomly resetting or getting triggered to perform an action and then resetting. We don't know how many failures have come before this, though. You know what I mean? Like how many failed attempts at checkpoint resets there were before. So
yeah, but this is actually insane, that checkpoint. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Walter, just by finding a few things like that, made things a lot more easy and consistent.
Things like, because he just came out of left field, he thought, I imagine a lot of things were thought of outside the box. So he came in with a completely new view of the game, where we were so almost stuck in our ways before.
Yep, that can definitely happen quite a bit.
And Trico's tail lightning here is so dodgy. Sometimes if you aim too high, his lightning doesn't reach all the way down. Sometimes he's so delayed in doing the lightning. And this crate with the barrels in, pushing it is also kind of a nightmare. Because if you if your thumb is on the analog stick a bit too much to one side, it starts going around, and then you can't push it, and then you have to rotate it even more, and and I do think there's going to be another checkpoint reset coming up. So I was actually going to throw the barrel into the water here rather than lure Trico to the other end of the room with the barrel, because he's trying to force a checkpoint, which is Trico being in this area.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that one yet. Oh, boy.
And so immediately, once the checkpoint is over, without doing anything, Trico will jump up. So literally, you perform the checkpoint, and you need to jump on the Trico as soon as you can, because if you don't manage to get on there, then he's going about you.
That's so smart. Crazy. And I think, the jump pumps that he didn't he develop a technique where you can do the fast climb up with holding an extra button?
Yeah, I think it was holding square as well or something, or circle.
I'm not sure.
Either one of those buttons. It's been a while since I booted up the game. You can, on certain ledges, you can push yourself up ever so slightly faster, which saves a lot of climb time over the course of the 3-hour run.
Yeah, and I think Aiden found a way to do the mirror skip that you'll see later a bit differently. And I think Walter made it consistent with that technique, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Aiden's actually found a few things in ILs that save a good 8 seconds here and there, which is really impressive, but I don't know how that translates into a full game run.
And I mean, that's a rather impressive thing, finding those things and actually incorporating them in a fluent manner, I guess.
And again, wonderful cutscene. Look, a windmill. Blast it down. For good luck.
Joke's on you. It was windmill % all along.
Ah! It's just a late April Fools. Yeah, thankfully there's not actually that many cutscenes, so we can just go straight to gameplay again and again. But yeah, the beginning section's so, plain. If the beginning section was a spice, it would be flour, because it's just somewhat bland in comparison to, the rest of the game. It really does open up after you kind of get into the first open area.
Yeah, for sure.
After that first enemy encounter, things are gonna get a whack. And there's actually a faster way of going along these chains, but it's really difficult to time.
Really?
Yeah, it's I think you have to flick the analog stick sideways in the direction you're going, but you have to really, really go for it, and it has to be perfect timing or something. But for this section, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, Trico will still be the same distance behind you.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. And this part in general, like the AI of Trico and how fast he'll like come down this bridge if he comes down at all. I'm pretty sure he can like jump during this cutscene, or I've heard him jump during the end of his cutscene, which is kind of annoying. Because you want him to stay like as far away from you as possible. Well, not too far, not too close. You want him to be like with one foot on the pillar essentially, so that he can go straight into like a jump animation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So all the segments that you're not with Trico, you're gonna really be like cutting loads of corners, basically going from point A to point B.
Oh, he even went
as
around
quickly as
there.
possible. Yeah. And he's actually gonna cool until he's a bit further up the stairs, which I don't know how much of a difference that will make.
Perfect Trico setup.
So he doesn't really have to do that much adjusting to get into the jump position. If he's too far down, he'll have to do some little twirlies and stuff. If he's too far back, he'll have to walk forward and... bit of a mess.
I wonder if that's a reset point for Walter, or if he just got so good at manipulating that it's more consistent.
I mean, just from my experience, like, even if you get down there as quick as you can, I don't know, sometimes, like, Trico will just look at the wall for, like, a good 5 seconds, and then be, like, further back on the pillar. I don't know. He's a weird boy. But there's like a couple different things you can do here. Like, I know in the tasks, you get Trico to sit in a different part of the room, and then climb up him in a very specific way to get on the platform up there by the chain a bit quicker. But that's like very timing specific, so that's really not viable in an 80% run if you're doing them. Because it basically skips all this like climbing segment.
Oh, he jumps on the chain like that. That's cool. It's a lot of little things, isn't it? That make a difference.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's not the most like visually impressive speedrun. A lot of people think of it and see, oh, it's just casual gameplay, when really there's a lot of tiny underlying movement.
Like even that cutscene reset, it was so early to my eyes, to my untrained brain. And you can mess those up if you're just a pixel too like short.
Yeah, if you're even like half a second like too far back, the game will punish you if it really wants to. But during the early game, you can take a bit more liberty with resetting checkpoints on the earlier frames, just because if you reset 14 minutes in like this, it's not as big of a deal as, you know, messing up a checkpoint 3 hours, like 2.5 hours in.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's less of a time sink.
So give me another checkpoint here as soon as Trico's feet land on the floor. TikTak, can you do me a favor and could you go out of minimize the Discord stream and then stream it back up on 720 because the 1080 on there is still choppy.
That'll mess you up for a second. Let me just remove you then. You're not visible. Anyway.
Technical difficulties is fine.
720 you say, okay. And 30 FPS, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that's awesome for you.
Fingers crossed.
Let me get you back up. Does it work?
Yeah, it's looking way better, yeah.
Perfect.
Because I don't have Discord Nitro or whatever.
Oh, it just doesn't work for you? Okay.
Yeah. There's actually going to be a new thing happening here as well once Walter gets rid of that eye. So that's the antenna room. Trico always likes to shout at the antenna room, but by walking in this certain like directional path, having your camera to the floor, that somehow manipulates Trico's AI to keep his eyes focused on you rather than what's actually in front of him. And if you just keep calling and calling him, he's not going to go straight forward to shout at the antenna room. He's going to rather follow you in that same directional path that you took, which saves a good 15-20 seconds. It depends on if it works or not, really.
Yeah, so that's less RNG now, you mean? It's just...
Yeah, way less. It's almost always like 100% consistent as long as you like get it right. But I think even if you stray off like the targeted path, it can still save a bit of time.
Crazy stuff.
Climbing on Trico, the most difficult thing in the game.
Walter does all the other things great, but climbing and moving still hard. I mean, that was still fairly nice.
And a little like IL trick in here as well, where you don't actually jump on these ledges, you just like jump onto a pixel on the other side of the wall and then jump onto like your targeted like that ledge that he's gonna go to now. That's insane and I love it.
I mean, talking about pixel isn't like, I wonder, does he go for that one skip? If you know which one I mean.
I know which one you mean, but I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Suspense. Yeah, but you also reset like that checkpoint as soon as the level went down, whereas usually you wait for the camera to go to the door, which does save like a good, over the course of how many resets? Like maybe it's gone up to 60 odd now.
Yeah, if he just saves a second or two of each of those, it's a couple minutes, right? It's
minute over 60, yeah. So even just like menuing, I don't know, there's not really any menuing in the game, but like being able to reset, like press the reset button as quick as you can. Like...
Yeah, you'd underestimate the impact it has over a whole run. Because I usually do the checkpoint resets fairly late when I'm 100% sure I'm there. And I can only assume that adds up to a couple minutes.
Yeah. Again, so many tiny little things that like can either save time or lose time.
As speedruns go, yeah.
That do be how speedruns go, though. It really do. And we're going into some more cutscene stuff. Fantastic.
Where it goes.
There he go. Now time for loading screen.
And doesn't Walter play on base PS4? Or was it a Pro?
Base PS4.
Crazy.
So I think PS5 only saves maybe 20 seconds across the entire run due to different loading times, which is not really like a massive difference, so there's no need to split leaderboards up.
It's not as bad as Shadow, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, because most of the record holders have just had base PS4. And that's nice. It's not like pay to win, like, oh, you have to have a PS5 to compete with RTA times.
Unless Walter gets a PS5 and we're all doomed. And he gets a sub free.
He'll find a way to improve RTA times on PS5, oh lord. So I think he goes for like a different jump to the tail down here as well. So rather than like slowly climb onto his leg, I think he tries to jump straight onto the tail.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it didn't quite work.
It didn't. He'll just do it again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cool way to do it, though.
Basically saves all the time the boy has to like tread very slowly across his butt.
It's definitely a smooth way to do it if you got it first try.
And about 40 seconds of crawling through a sewer. Great stuff.
Crawling thing.
But after this bit, though, it's going to get a bit more like interesting. Because we've got the fight coming up, we've got Roma part, and then we've got more fights and stuff. So it's really going to open up after Trico wakes up in like a good minute. It's going to be great because that means I got more to talk about.
He sees the dudes.
Look at this dude. So we'll see if he goes for the strat or not. That saves time. If not, I'll just explain what it is before.
So what's the idea if he does? Does he checkpoint reset here?
Yeah, he would checkpoint reset here to bring him further back. He'd climb up Trico's tail, And so in that main room, you've got that kind of bridge, but obviously he can't go across the bridge. He's not going for it. Understandable. Have a nice day. So he's not he's not going to go for it. So he's having to trudge through here because the gate's closed and needs to go all the way around to open the gates. Well, what you can do is on that bridge, you can jump onto a wall, onto like this tiny little ledge of a good few pixels, and then jump straight around. It's two very precise jumps, by the way, so that's why we don't really want to do it in any
How much time does it save if it works?
It can save like 40 odd seconds, I think.
Oh, that's crazy. It's just that I've seen Walter post so many videos of him making it work a couple times in a row, which is insane.
So it basically gets to like this ladder from that jump, which is insane. But the only trouble is, if you don't activate that cutscene with the armor, there is like not an invisible wall, just like an invisible trigger, which even if you like pull down that lever, it won't open the gate. So you have to go through, activate the cutscene, and then you can backtrack, jump around, which basically saves all the time you need going through the rest of that sewer. Which is nice. Let's see how this fight goes. This fight is very heavily RNG. You want Trico to be as far forward on the bridge as possible. You've got 3 in 1, which is an absolutely brilliant. So he's going to grab this helmet and he's going to kind of have it in this room. Because Trico, he hates these armors, really, really hates these armor suits. But the bit he hates the most is the helmet. So if you've got a suit of armor's helmet, he's gonna, hold his aggro on the helmet. He could have got slapped off the bridge there.
Almost, that was scary.
So he's gonna get rid of all the other helmets in the area so that Trico will focus on this one. He stays aggro. And instead of, the game really wants you to learn how to pet Trico so that you can calm him after fights. But we don't really have time to pet Trico to calm him down. So you can just lure him into the room with the helmet, climb on him and jump off, which is somewhat trickier than you'd imagine because you can sometimes get stuck in a wall or Trico can shake you off if you try and jump because he's very agitated and
No time to pet, just move and jump.
Also very important like beam jumps going on as well. If you just move normally, the boy kind of tiptoes, bounces out. Whereas if you either jump or stumble, the boy will run.
Yeah, and those jumps are kind of scary when you're learning to do them. I still don't quite do them fully.
Yeah, it depends. Like, usually what I do is I jump and hold the analog stick forward, and then before I end the jump, I let go of the analog stick, so I just land straight down rather than stumble forward. I know everyone's got a different way of doing things. Like, a lot of this game is like your own intuition, and you need to make decisions on the fly as well. There's like too much going on for it to be the same thing every time. His Trico has so much blood on him, oh my lord.
Yeah, savage Trico.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is just like an, I guess, scripted event. Trico's gonna get zoomies around this little field bit. Music's gonna play. There is actually a soft lock here as well, which I don't think he would get in the world record, where at the end of the script, Trico shouts at the White Tower. He does a big roar into the distance, and sometimes his AI is like, "Hey, I'm gonna loop this," and that's a run killer right there.
It never happened to me, and I'm terrified.
It will happen if you run the game enough, trust me.
Yep.
Yeah, big yep. Goodness. And there's actually like a fairly new optimized strat skip in this English is hard. When he goes into this next area after he stops screaming. See if he gets it
Run's
or
not dead.
not.
Who would have thought?
Run not dead. No soft look, let's go. Yeah, this is where the run actually begins because you go through the soft lock point. So he's going to position himself in a very specific spot on Trico's head so he can try and jump onto a few pixels on this wall over here. Yeah.
He bailed.
Even though Yeah, so unfortunately he didn't get it, which if he did, it was saved around 30 seconds, 35 seconds.
I'm
Basically,
surprised that he can get such a great time without that one.
so for those who may not know, what you do is you jump onto that wall. You can see there's a tiny little ledge coming out. There's a few pixels on there which you can actually stand on if you jump far enough, which is really hard because Trico's head will move down and interrupt your jump as well, and that's awful. There is actually an out of bounds over there, but if you go too far forward, you will actually jump out of bounds and you can't get back up, which sucks. So what you do is you jump onto that ledge and then jump onto that roof, so you skip having to move the pot and climb up and stuff like that. So doing it the normal way is like still completely fine.
Yeah, it's just a little awkward when you do it the other way because the pot isn't quite in the right place.
Yeah, and you need like a perfectly like centered roll into the pot to close the lid, because you move it to like a part of the wood where you can actually push the pot lid down, whereas if you perform the skip you actually can't do that. You really have to like launch yourself into it and hope it closes.
An interesting thing I noticed is he timed that reset by Trico's movement rather than just running there. I didn't know it was like a trigger.
So so before people would just run to this kind of staircase down there and then reset, but now it's actually time to Trico pushing himself out of the hole, which is completely fine. And there is actually a checkpoint around here as well, which saves maybe a second or two, but I don't know if it's like properly optimized or not. I just know it exists.
Okay.
So Trico's just gonna jump through this corridor, and I know if you fall to the floor in the corridor, you can reset a checkpoint. And that does something. I'm not sure if it's worth going for or not. Or if people go for it even. Yeah, you let go and decided not to. Understandable.
That was a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that corridor is actually like super scary because you can get stuck. Like, it's a very slim corridor. Trico's big and moving around, and you have all these kind of bricks and trees and stuff poking into you. And even if you're on Trico, you could be petting him and everything. It could like scoot you out of the way. Like, it can send you flying. It can make you fall off. It's really not that pleasant.
Now we're just waiting for Trico to take a bath, to wait out the girlfriend appearing, and then doing the next checkpoint reset.
Yeah, so again, another scripted event like the other one, and he's gonna have a little roly-poly in the water, and then we're gonna see Susan for the first time in the game. So you tilt the camera up, look at Susan, and this checkpoint is kind of tied to, I think, when Susan runs back and when Trico stands up. So gonna run into this room. He's gonna run into like the end to try and coax the checkpoint into working. Sometimes it refuses to work and we don't know why, but it's very rare that it won't.
I had it happen where it wouldn't work for me, but I think it was more to me doing it wrong and doing it too early or whatever.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're going for world record, you really need to like cut time short as well.
Yep.
This jump can be really annoying sometimes.
Yeah, but it's a very, very cool strat of just using the Trico.
And it saves like 15-ish seconds as well, because otherwise you have to wait for Trico to turn around and climb up his tail and all that jazz. Watching water run and cutting so many corners is just like...
Yeah, it just looks so smooth pleasing, considering it's the OG. And I think he even got like the all barrels record recently, right?
Yeah, so he got the all barrels record yesterday, or rather today at like 1 a.m. I'm not sure. Like, the video uploaded at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, I just noticed it, like, but haven't quite looked into it. Wasn't the time like absolutely crazy or something? Yeah,
it's 3 hours 34 minutes, when the previous world record was 3 hours and like 52 minutes. But all barrels hasn't ran very much, so Sable hasn't ran all barrels in a very long time. And of course, it hasn't been ran with all these new strategies that have been found. the past few months.
Yeah.
So that's why.
At the same time, Walter seems like a perfectionist in a way,
Oh, yeah.
so he probably like gave it his all in attempting to put all the new things he knows and found into like the run.
Be very interesting to see like if he actually found anything for barrels specifically. Like Colosseum barrel, for example. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that one. Where you absolutely destroyed Sable in that one race by just
first try, baby. Anyway, back to the run. Loading. Love a bit of base PS4 loading.
Oh, that was loading. Crazy.
Yeah. It literally wasn't a video, it was the loading. Yeah, sometimes areas have to load in during the game, which can cost a few seconds here and there. But yeah, so he's got to dodge some armors at the moment, leave Trico behind. Those were the first two, and the fight before that, he also kind of avoided by jumping up and progressing without Trico. Usually you'd wait for Trico to kill all the guys and then move along, but no, you just move forward, activate a checkpoint. Luckily it works without Trico. So Trico's actually going to teleport to this room as well. So he's just going to run through and avoid these guys. Or avoid this guy in particular.
Wait, why did he run to a right there?
He probably really didn't want that guy to catch him.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever saw someone do it like that.
It's basically guarantees like a safer way of doing it. Like, it costs a few seconds, yeah, but it's just a much safer route to run. Because there's just one less guy behind you. And yes, RNG fight, let's go. So you want Trico to kill all these suits of armor without actually going further down the corridor. So preferably you want all the armor suits to run towards Trico, so he doesn't move forward. You want to stay in one place, you want to kill all 5 of them very quickly, and then you can just move on. So he's jumping forward, which is a bit scary. Oh, if he looks down the other side, there's actually another suit of armor, just like McVibin. Okay, he turned around, fantastic. It looked like he was gonna like run down and abandon the fight.
Oh, so basically if Trico moves too far forward, then he gets distracted and all the other suits stay there for a while.
Yeah, he'll find this corridor that Walter's going down now and try and kill the suit of armor at the end. Which, obviously, if he does that mid-fight, he's leaving behind God knows how many armors in that room with him.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, run up. And killed. Fantastic. And he's waiting for the music to stop before resetting, because sometimes if you reset too early, even if the last armor is dead, it will reset to before the fight, because game is mean. And this is a command skip, another great thing, which command skip can save like a good couple minutes. It's very variable because you have to wait for like a text pop up or something. And I think he's gonna do a different.
Oh yeah, right. He doesn't make Trico walk all the way forward to get a better jump, right?
So he's just gonna have Trico stand at the bottom of the staircase. He's gonna jump up onto him, onto his head, trigger a certain animation, so they can get to that ledge stairs up there. Doesn't even need to pet him. You just wait for Trico to raise his head like that.
That's a cool way to do it. I love it.
It is much tighter jump, but it does save around, I think, 8 seconds, and this is something that Aiden found as well.
Yeah, right, I remember.
Because you don't have to, like, pet Trico to get him to sit down and stand back up and sits back down and, ooh, is that a barrel? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he gets distracted, walks away, and then you have to reset and cry a little. Yeah.
A pain we all know too well. And the reset here is tied to the gate being fully opened, not how far Trico is in it. So that's good.
Oh, he tells Trico to go to the left there, instantly. Does that work?
We're gonna find out.
Oh, interesting. He just walks there instead of doing the jump. That's so cool.
Oh, he didn't do the silly jump. Let's go. So 9 times out of 10, if you tell Trico to just jump, he will just jump on that pillar and then kind of squat there for about 15-20 seconds before going, ah, yes, the other side.
So just doing that from the top actually makes it seem like it's more consistent, I guess.
I mean, I'd hope so. That'd be fantastic. Because every run I do, he always decides to jump on that pillar. I'm like, oh boy, no.
Learning new things.
Knowledge. Walter is cruising. I think on base PS4 there's a different strategy to this first room up here. Or is it going for the normal one? Yeah, it's going for a normal one. So this is like the Pink Panther Turtle Guard room, depending on, I don't know, whatever floats your boat more, the naming system. So base PS4, the chain actually pulls ever so slightly slower for some reason. So it makes like pulling chains in the through this room and the next room a bit harder.
Yeah, this one is a lot tighter, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just resets. No, like hesitation there at all. That was so quick.
Yeah, he got a fantastic wow, that's a fantastic double hit as well.
Yeah.
I remember I said like resetting fights is really risky. That was such a risky reset in my opinion.
Blink it, you miss it, and it's already done.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a difference between like an armor getting killed by Trico Slap versus an armor getting killed by falling into the void. So sometimes, like in this room in particular, you have the bridge in the middle and you have like the void either side. If a suit of armor falls into the void, the suit of armor can be, you know, dead, but it won't register as dead until it hits like the death plane a bit further below. And you can think, oh, everything's fine, I'm safe to reset, and then it's like, well, that armor hasn't actually hit the death plane yet, so you're going back to the beginning. Yeah. Thanks, game. But no, getting Trico to hit like 2 armors in one is very, very skilled, because you need to rely on him doing the correct action and the armors to be in the right place. And there's a lot of variables going on for that to happen, so yeah, so that is a GG.
Let's see if the second one goes as smoothly.
Yeah, the second one you have like 6, 8 maybe suits of armors. That's considerably more than last
isn't
time.
that a strat by Satsu?
Yeah, so Satsu did this, who also ran on base PS4, because again the chain pulls slower. So I think this gives you not only more time, but also I think it's actually a couple seconds faster than resetting itself. But it's a very tight timing to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, that's still very cool.
Perfect stuff. So I think he's intentionally getting grabbed in front of Trico to try and bait out a slap like that.
Almost got the double, but we'll just take care of that one manually.
Double kill.
Oh, not quite.
And of course the Trico doesn't kill him. He'll try and kill him for Trico.
Yeah.
Teamwork, baby.
Oh, he grabbed the chain instead of the head. That's unfortunate.
Oh no. Yeah, this fight isn't exactly going to plan. The other one was fantastic and flawless. This one is a wee bit painful.
But I'm sure having the first one in general probably was enough to make this, like, fast enough anyway.
Yeah. And again, he was waiting for that beat up music to stop so that he can reset safely.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite an intense part of the run, really. Yikes. Ah. Now we're actually coming up to the demo room, the first ever playable part of TLG that was released on a demo version. There is like a different jump for this bit. I don't know if I'm going for it or not.
No.
No, we're going safe.
Oh, kind of interesting safe way where he kind of, yeah, that's still cool.
Did a big fall, yeah. Because I know like there's like a swag strat where you jump straight from that ledge to the bridge, and just like grab onto the ledge so that you don't break your leg in the process, and it is very swaggy. 10 out of 10.
Also very scary.
Big swag. Yeah, so again, we're going to like an auto-scroller climbing part. And there's literally no way you can like speed up the climbing sections because Trico is going to go at the same scripted speed each time. But segments like this, you can like remove spears, pat down his blood, go for a wee, you know, anything.
Yeah, it's like one of the two big auto scrollers, right? More or
Mm,
less.
there's a few, I think. Like, there's a small one before the second antenna room, but the biggest one is like in that Long Live the King kind of segment.
Yeah.
But you can also fall off during any auto scroller for no reason. So you can be on Trigger's back like this.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
and then glitch
flying.
into a wall, right? Yeah.
You can either glitch into the wall, or like as he's jumping, the boy will stand up and then get bounced off his back. Or it's the same like anyone's body. Like there is no real safe part of Trico's body you can stay on for a prolonged amount of time. Because I remember Foxy doing a run or something, and he just like, what was it, Foxy, or was it someone else? Like, they just like, it was an auto scroll like this, and he just went on Trico's back, and then just left, and then the boy fell off and died, and then it just had to reset, and it's horrible.
Oh god.
Top 10 anime betrayals. It really was though. Through the cat flap.
Oh, he does a jump command from Trico. That's also very cool.
So usually I get on the head so that when he pushes through the cat flap, you're on his back already. But now that works too. I love how like the intended way of doing this room is just like always forgotten. Also, this jump kind of sucks sometimes. Like you go to jump and then you like bounce off of something. And then
I fell a couple of times there. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. And this bit's kind of cool too. You drop down, manipulate yourself midair, ledge grab, don't break your leg. Pull down the lever, and then see if he has the good, like, cutscene movement as well.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't do it. What the hell?
Oh, Walter doesn't go for the craziest strat.
Oh,
how could he?
So usually what I do, this is like the swaggiest thing I can do in the entire game, and I take that with pride. Please boost my ego. During that cutscene, you can do like a set of movements which allows you to grab the pot before it's fully like lowered down, which saves like a tiny bit of a split second because you can start moving with the pot a bit quicker.
You know,
and it just looks kind of cool.
You know what that means? You can literally beat Walter if you learn all the other stuff and do that on top.
Yeah. And just beat him for like half a second.
Yeah, get the 30142.
Yeah. Goodness. And we have Theo here as well.
Oh, hey, Theo.
Hi. My cat just gave me the biggest eagles. I know. And this is another part of the run where it's like stayed like pretty much always the same time and time again throughout the years. You really got to be waiting on Trico. Like, wait, when the sections where you're waiting on Trico to do something,
it so feels infuriating, even though it's a consistent kind of timer.
Yeah. Like, you know exactly how long it's going to take, but still you're just like, can't you go faster this one time? Please. For me.
Yep.
Yeah. Then he's gonna push this thing up that slope, and then he's gonna push it down to the floor. You know what annoys me? So this thing, is it some people call it an axle? I don't know what that is, but this thing that he's pushing, the thing. So you push it off, but it's completely random how far you can push it off. Sometimes it just falls down, and you have to really try and push it a bit. Other times it just slides across to the end of that patch of grass.
I mean, consistent physics. I think the weight is just randomized, you know? Sometimes the boy just pushes a little and it's just like, meow.
And he's trying to like do an AI minute for Trico here, where as soon as Trico lets go of that jug of mysterious goo, he's gonna want to have. He sees what you're pushing. He's like, ooh, what's this? And then he's like, I'm gonna slam my head into this wall. And then you have to kind of coax him out of it.
I remember when I started running this game
Yeah.
and didn't know how this interaction worked. My Trico just slammed his head into a wall like 5 or 6 times. And it was hopeless, and the Trico was appropriate to my running ability of this game, pretty much.
He took full advantage of you, bro.
Yeah, he just...
He could sense you were weak.
The biggest skip in the game. Don't sniff. There we go.
Beautiful. I remember, like, before everyone thought it was, like, way more complicated than it actually was. Like, I remember Samurai Blue used to just, like, he'd do, like, R1 and circle twice and then the forward command. But then it turned out you don't have to do any of that. As long as you're just, like, in the center of that, like, minecart rail and you call his name, it just works. Like, as soon as he starts that sniffing animation...
Oh,
like,
the blind destruction.
Yeah.
He did it all
he got the glass in the middle of the cutscene as well. It was very swaggy.
Yeah. He disrespected...
There's no real, like, sniff skip for this bit. You just kind of have to hope.
Yeah. But yeah, he definitely disrespected the surroundings in a very, very consistent, convenient way. Yeah.
He really did disrespect his surroundings, though. He really did. You can see him just, like, jumping up, like, come on, let's go.
Oh! Jeez.
He didn't rest.
He just went, okay, I'm gonna go with or without you.
Yeah.
Hey! Walter has no chill.
This is called improvisation, and it has to be done during his run. And also because Trico's like so far back, he's like frantically calling Trico like, come on!
Yeah. Walter just doesn't have time for Trico's shit.
Yeah. He's waiting around for no one.
He just doesn't accept the time loss.
Mm-hmm. Time loss? What's that? Never heard of her. Who is she?
Yeah. And then Trico's like, oh shit, it's Walter running. I have to behave now.
Yeah. Oh crap, I'm on camera. Gotta go fast. I remember one time on Stable stream, like Trico jumped onto this bridge, and then he walked, but he just kept walking, and he just abandoned.
He just left.
Yeah, he just straight up just like, I'm going, boys. I'm going.
Doing the wide walk all the way home.
Again, this bit as well, like, it's remained pretty much almost unchanged throughout the years. It's E3 bridge, baby.
Besides that one time where I think was it JK or someone who found that little skip that you can do, which was absolutely useless though. You know, there's this one plank you can jump up and.
So basically, that eye that's attached to like this thing on wheels. Oh, what's he doing? A checkpoint? Is he just gonna teleport?
Oh.
I don't actually know how much time that would save, but it's interesting tech nonetheless. It would have been faster if he hit the checkpoint like straight away though, and wasn't in the menu for as long. Yeah. So it seems like it would have saved time if not. Anyway, like as you're pushing that thing down, you can actually jump on it as like you're coming towards the end of that bridge. And then if you jump onto that bridge Trico is on, it will interrupt the script of the game, so music will be playing, but like the bridge won't collapse. Yep. And Trico will refuse to jump up to the next area.
Yeah, because you didn't get the cinematic moment to trigger,
Yeah, but the thing that you jumped off of won't even break, like it will just completely like stop. Like, I don't know, Ueda found some really weird ways of like interrupting sequence breaks.
Oh, he didn't get the climb up to the back. I still don't understand how that one works anyway.
So during cutscenes, like, your controls of the game, they can invert or they can switch or rotate one way or the other, which makes moving during cutscenes a pain, most notably this one and the one at White Tower. This one, I think they rotate just a little bit, so you hold up until you get to the base of his tail, and then you hold right, and if you're at the right angle, then you can move all the way up to his wings, by the time he reaches this plank of wood. But because this bit rather, is on a timer, it doesn't really matter too much how far up you are. It just looks kind of flyy, I guess.
Well, that's interesting. He didn't throw off the vase of the vase off the ledge. He just pushed it a little.
He didn't even bad ending.
Yeah. The vase stayed intact for a little longer, taking care of the antique art.
It's funny because, like, I feel like even if he did get the bad ending, not only would he have the world record in bad ending, but he'd probably also still beat his other world record.
That's the advanced strats, just get bad ending world record by accident. Oh, that's the fast climbs here.
Yeah.
Because I think he didn't do the reset, right?
No, so the reset makes that suit of armor drop his No, that reset makes that suit of armor closest to that chain not drop his weapon, if that makes sense. Either way, so he needs to like manipulate the armors to like get into a different spot so that he can actually climb up safely and not do the checkpoint reset. I can explain things well.
Yeah, and part of it is also like the quick climb, which made that one a bit easier. Because it feels fairly risky, at least to me. Otherwise...
Okay, like, Trico just slapped the armor into the void as Walter was like running across that rail, and the armor just straight up disappeared.
Can we appreciate one thing? Did you see how smoothly he jumped and then pushed the lever?
Because as soon as you, even before you land on the floor, you can hit circles. So as soon as you jump, like land, the boy will gravitate towards the lever.
Oh, Walter, does he run up the thing? No, he just doesn't run up the thing. Imagine.
He just doesn't.
He just doesn't care. Imagine grabbing the tail.
Weak. I think like he was hoping that he could skip Trico like shouting at his eye, but I'm pretty sure it's like pre-scripted.
Oh, that... Okay, yeah, that was the attempt there.
Or when Trico stops looking at the eye, he'll go back to the old command he was given before that. I'm not too sure.
Isn't Trico supposed to full-on shout on that one?
No, he just kind of growls.
He's just kind of slightly annoyed by the presence of it, okay.
Yeah. And he didn't get caught up shouting, which is great. What a good Trico.
Okay, now I'm wondering, I think this run includes the optimization on the eyes. Oh, smooth climb up. Walter's boy just feels different. It's like, for Walter, the boy actually moves in a competent way, you know?
It feels like Walter channeling himself into the boy. Yeah. Walter is the boy. I remember casually this part of the game was just horrible.
And some more quick climbs, I think? They feel smoother. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you can't. You can only quick climb on like certain bits of ledge.
Okay.
So ledge is like this, where it's just up. You can't quick climb. I think it's like a surface you can run on, and then a ledge you can quick climb or something. I'm not too sure. Yeah.
I see. And I'm just.
If you're just hanging, you can't quick climb. I think.
I see. Okay, let's see.
So I think it's rather than jump to the other side of the eye, you just jump straight up onto a different pane of glass.
Oh, okay. That was it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That didn't look the same as I remember it supposed to be looking, but like it worked.
Still faster.
Fine.
Still
Yeah,
faster.
still ever so slightly faster. Yeah,
Well,
because before you kind of like hang off the other ledge of the eye.
Yeah,
so.
and it looks like it's more consistent with the whole setup.
Less wind physics RNG. Oh god, wind physics. This is a prey run.
All of a sudden, Krogan just flies by and pushes the boy off the building.
Caca.
Caca.
Again, waiting for Trico to do his thing.
Oh,
There's some point of the game where Trico will always take the same amount of time to do this one specific thing.
And he doesn't even walk down, so he'll get the slowdown, right?
Slow-mo. Yeah.
Walter doesn't care about slow-mo. Okay.
It's only like a second and a half, it's fine.
Everyone was always telling me, oh, skip the slow-mo, skip the slow-mo. They always felt awkward about moving down there. But since Walter does the slow-mo, I will do the slow-mo from now on as well.
Because he does it. Solidarity. This eye. The amount of like memes I've seen of this eye where you try and push it off, but it either gets like caught in something or it takes you with it. It's just like
where it just
you can sense like Walter's fear in his eye. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's afraid.
Okay, that worked
Walter's
out.
just like, I've seen this eye do too many things to me.
At the same time, he did another one of those almost wander like grabbing physics where he kind of moved into position very smoothly.
And you can move in this cutscene too, but the controls are a little bit wonky because the camera is constantly like moving, and the angle of the camera affects the direction you move in.
Yeah, you can even jump during that one, right?
Yeah, which is what he's gonna try and do as soon as he can. There's a little bit of movement tech here too. Or if I didn't get it, sad times. You can just jump around that ledge.
Oh, okay.
Instead of like going over. And I think he's gonna do the dialogue skip in a slightly different way, if I can recall correctly.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Yeah, so he's gonna jump and then curve the analog so that you can grab this ledge. Yeah.
It's like he specifically got past that one pixel with one movement and then moved it on. That's very cool.
Yeah, so he's just jumping around the trigger. So the trigger is on that ledge itself. So if you're not on the ledge and you're just around it, it's completely fine.
And then he falls.
My respect.
That's something that I could have done. I can do this too.
That is relatable. Luckily, it's only around a 10 to 15 second time loss, I think. 15 seconds, yeah.
I don't know, it just feels so me, because I always used to do this in Eco, because the way the camera works in that game is horrific.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. It's always scary.
Like, the movement in Eco and the movement in The Last Guardian, it's like two complete opposite ends of the movement spectrum in video games. Where Eco's like more on a grid, whereas here is just like, yes, every pixel's a factor. Bit annoying.
Also, hey JK, you're a mod now, you have to notice the announcements. But yeah, it was a very improvised thing, so we didn't quite
we were
have
just
the time.
like, okay, stream today.
And then I got held up in the chess event I visited, so yeah, here we are.
We're just milk vibing.
Yeah. Doing the whole Man in Black routine with woman.
Shh, man. They don't know yet. Don't spoil it. I wonder if he's holding the camera down to save frames. I don't know. Either way, draw a red skip, let's see if he gets it, probably.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, that was an almost missed jump as well. You actually use the arch to like glide, like kind of lessen the fall as well, which is really cool. And he got that lever just as soon as Trico jumped on. That's so cool. That was like a perfect drawbridge skip.
Yeah.
The angle's like really annoying to get. Like you just need like your own like intuition.
Yeah, and I think there's like an alternative of that where you jump to the left.
Yeah, so
Which I tried to
think
do.
JK found it, yeah.
Which I tried to do, but I failed at that one miserably as well, so I will just fail whatever I do.
So the other one, it's still quicker than the intended way, but slower than that way. So again, it's like what you're comfortable with personally.
I really should at some point just do like the lazy thing by just buying like I don't know how many checkpoints there are, like 12 USB sticks, and to name them with the specific checkpoints. I know you can do it by switching over files, but that sounds like effort.
This barrel skip's being so rude, oh my lord.
Yeah, he just kept walking and it
why
kept
that
blocking.
barrel skip being so mean? Oh.
Yeah.
That's so sad, because sometimes like you can get that barrel skip, straight away.
Just smoothly without interruption. Yeah.
Also, he's going along the other wall instead of the railing, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it seemed more convenient actually.
Probably a bit quicker, because it means less footsteps to go like around.
Imagine Walter just going another way that is faster. How dare he?
Yeah, I know. It's almost like he's the world record holder.
JK is like, you can walk across there. I didn't even notice what exactly happened, but I'm just going with the flow.
I'm pretty sure like I've done that before and fell off, so I just assumed it was like a dead end, but...
Not for Walter.
Again, always nice when someone else can have a look at something and be like, actually, you can do it this way, and it works. I do genuinely think that if we had more people to run TLG, like, I don't know, say if we had like 15 active runners all at once, and like a bunch of new people, like the game would just be optimized so much.
Yeah, it always feels like in these games whenever there's like one big new runner who aims for the top, there's always a lot more improvements happening and optimizations found. It kind of... With Shadow, the most notable example was obviously Sean, because he just brought this game to a whole new level. And Walter is kind of similar in that regard of TLG. It's, they seem very comparable, both came out of nowhere and just got a lot better very, very quickly.
They just destroyed.
Yeah. Walter Strico is just like, wait, you want me to go? Okay, I will just do that.
Yeah, he told me to do something, I may as well go and do it then. One obedient dog.
The way Walter just goes at that game for hours and hours on end. Oh, you have a checkpoint reset there as well.
Yeah, so this is one of the other newer ones as well. It basically TPs you to the end of that bridge, so you don't have to lure Trico out. Only saves like a couple seconds.
We need to find a way to skip this cutscene consistently.
I think I've only ever heard of it being skipped by accident twice. One was Samurai, one was Sable.
Tricker.
This is the game forcing you like, yes, this is Susan. Susan does exist.
And her name is Susan. Don't question it.
It's official. If you read the fine print of the special edition.
JK, aren't you like a Team Eco Wiki mod? Can you just add Susan to make it canon?
Make Susan canon. Oh, we should have just like DM'd like Fumito Ueda himself and be like, yo, for April Fools, can you actually like officially rename the second Trico to Susan? This part is also like pretty like standard as well. Like it's 10 minutes of like climbing. I find it to be one of the more dull sections of the game. It's very much a cooldown period after like drawbridge and stuff.
Wait, Jakey, there's no page for Susan. How dare they? It's a main character.
No! And then you gotta have the trivia underneath, just like the community has lovingly called this creature Susan.
I mean, if the Colossi names are official, so is Susan.
Yeah, an official name, exactly. What? Genuinely, where did those Colossi names come from, and like what council decided them, and how did they blow up this much? Like,
Yeah, I guess it was decided by agreement, and some guy just posted somewhere.
but between who?
Between
What
the
are
people.
forums?
The people. Power to the people.
The people.
You know, it's just like the skip names. It gets decided by the people. There will never be a skip named after me, but there is one named after Wacky, so, you know.
The council has spoken. There's even one called Kaze Jump, and it's for the same Colossus as well. That's hilarious.
Yeah. You know, I found hand first on Barbara, but it's hand first. So, yeah. It's nothing else, it's just hand first.
Black Chamber? Who's Black Chamber?
But you know, at the same time, Ruby started calling the guys launched Space Jam, and that kind of took off. So maybe I just gotta start calling everything the TikTak skip until one sticks.
The TikTak.
Yeah, see, this run is with TikTak run, because you kind of tick and then tack. No? Okay.
Yeah, you have a different thing named in your honor.
Yes.
Also, when I think of Space Jam, I think of not the Gaius launch. I think of like Space Jam.
Yeah, that's what it's based on. Yeah.
Yeah, but like.
Oh boy.
Oh, the Panda Plummet. That's hot.
That was a hot one, yeah.
So it doesn't always work because you need Trico to definitely be jumping like towards the area.
Wasn't it like some advanced Panda Plummet though? It was like full on, just he went and he did the thing.
So a forum musical Black Chamber is the origin of all the Colossi names. Is it all the Colossi names, or like, did he just go on the forum and be like, these are my headcanon names, and everyone's just like, yeah, sound, you know, just go for it. They're my headcanon names too. You know, this is so much lore right now. Like, nice. And eventually we're gonna get to a point where we need names for every other Trico in the game.
What are the babies called?
Oh, good question. What are the babies called?
How many babies are there even? Do we know their genders?
Is it one or two? I think there's like two.
Are they boy or girl or undefined?
Undefined. It needs to be neutral. We don't know yet.
So, okay, so it needs to be something like Sam or Ash or yeah.
Sam and Ash. There we go.
There
it's
we
fine.
go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sam sounds like a cool Trico name. It's just the rebellious one that doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Modeled after his dad. I can't believe that Susan's in-game model is the only different Trico model. Like, every other Trico has, like, our Trico's model, but, like, Susan just has a completely different one, which is, like...
Yeah, Susan is special.
Yeah, she has a different head. Like, she has a hanging stomach. Like, she's kind of chonky. Huh, there we go. The names were said to have been sent from a friend in Japan that found them in a Dengeki magazine. However, no magazine has been found from the dates of that time, so it's all fan fiction.
That guy literally made up a magazine to have his names be official. Okay.
He's on a different level. Yeah, we're gonna make a magazine about Susan, Sam, and Ash. We're getting ideas. I mean, Susan only exists because a name needed to exist for Marathon's sake, I guess. Because being like Trico, the other Trico, the second Trico, the Tricos gets really confusing. So if you can like name something, it gets a little bit easier.
Also, did you see that cutscene? That checkpoint reset? He barely like touched the platform and it still worked.
Yeah. So that one's a bit wonky. So you don't actually need to like touch that platform at all, and you can activate the checkpoint and get it. However, like, I don't know, because in the IL now, I think Aiden found it where you can just climb up the tail a little bit and it will activate that checkpoint and you can just reset from there. But it's wonky, like very wonky. I think Theo did a run not too long ago and tried it in his any percent. It was working all the IL runs he did, but as soon as he did an any percent, send him back.
That's a rough one to be sent back on.
24th of October 2005 is the date of the forum. Dude.
3rd of April 2022 is when Ash and Sam were created.
Shit, we don't have a Susan creation date.
God damn. Missed out on that one. Who even named Susan?
I think it was me during Game Boys or ESA, I can't remember.
Oh, that's amazing.
One of the two. Oh, actually, it might have been said before then, you know. Just like in conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone said multiple times at one point, we need like a nickname for this second Trico. And that just stuck.
Susan seems very appropriate.
I mean, I can't imagine it having any other name at this point, to be honest.
But the main Trico
is just so comfy.
The main Trico is just Trico, right?
Yeah.
Because he was named by the boy.
You literally name it after the species. It's like me calling my cat.
Calling your cat doesn't fully describe the cat, honestly. It's a special kind of cat.
The big one. The big wild kind. Literally adopted like a tiger cub, honestly.
His meow is something else, yeah.
It sounds like he smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day. He's in his like little bed and everything. Hold on. There he is.
Look at him go. Just
Look at
sleeping.
him. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He's just there. He's a bit of tiger bread in a baking tray. He's very precious. Good boy.
Okay. And that's how we skipped over the boring part.
Yeah, this is how we get through auto-scrollers. We have to hijack the conversation. Oh, goodness. And even now, it's still like a semi-scripted-ish part.
Yeah.
Where Trico has to jump up and
With
get
the
you.
boy just hanging out and about, yeah.
Just hanging around.
Like vibing. Wasn't there like also something new here that
I honestly can't remember. There might be.
Wasn't there like a checkpoint reset?
Perhaps. I think there's one when Trico jumps up onto the ledge at the top, which basically will saves a few seconds because he doesn't need to turn around and lower his tail. Something like that. I'm not too sure.
Wow, that forum post is something else.
Well, let's have a look.
Fully fabricating the official names and making them official.
Now this is awesome! I got an email from my friend in Japan today, and in it, he sent me the following list. This list is of the actual names for each of the colossi in Shadow of the Colossus. Wonder to Kyozo. I'm gonna butcher that so much. He got it from last week's Dengeki PlayStation magazine, which ran a special on the game in select issues. Japan gets all the cool stuff. Now we know what to officially call each Colossus.
The Japanese friend never existed. The magazine never existed. Colossi names all made up. And now we're here. Oh, that was a checkpoint, by the way.
Yeah, it's a checkpoint. Literally, all you do is like, you can just run onto a forum and be like, my Japanese friend said this, and then people take it as gospel. It's actually so bizarre. It's like, yes, I'm Japanese, therefore I have video game knowledge.
It's like a 14-second ballast, yeah.
It's actually really bad when you think about it in that aspect, that people just like lie about that. Specific being from a specific country, so that they can like push intuitional video games. I don't know.
To be fair though, the names are kinda cool, so...
oh yeah.
First try Vine.
Oh, Vine skip Pog. No fade out, no death. Great. And another barrel skip at scene. So this one goes for him. The first one was rough. Oh no, bro. You got it, it's fine. No, dude. What are your barrels? Oh, it's fine. He has the angle differently to how I would usually have it. I usually have it like more behind the boy. Because the camera angles are what kind of gets you up there. You can see replies. He replies and say things like, I still call it bird when talking to Avion. Bird.
I mean, it is a big bird.
It's weird that like Colossi names don't actually have like a strict theme, and some don't actually mean much.
Yeah.
Whereas Trico's just a pun on like the third game in the Eco series. Oh, there goes the cat.
Did you just call it a series? You know that's illegal.
Ah, killing me.
By SOC standards.
Ah.
Because they told us it's not a series.
And again, more auto-scrolling.
More of the same.
Wait. Yeah, more of the same thing. I can't wait for this to end and like actually like another fight and then more stuff going on. Action, action.
Feel free to get some snacks if you want.
I've got some popcorn right here. I haven't really been eating it because it's obnoxiously loud.
Oh, I'm obnoxiously eating my nuts.
Nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think consuming nuts is very loud, whereas like the bag is just like rattling.
So, Chico is about to get somewhere more
You
interesting.
see him in the corner. Wait, hold on. He's just in the corner, he's on the table.
Oh, the cat.
There he is. There, he's just sitting there, menacingly.
Taking in the information.
He's free content. So he's gonna learn how to run this game, and he's gonna beat my PB. Because, you know, you can actually run the game with kitty paws. I know it's a stretch, but it's doable. I've done it myself. And if I can do it with paws, he can do it with his paw.
I mean, I also proved that you can do the guy's launch with a kitty paw, so maybe he'll just run Shadow as well. And here we are, in the next part of the actual game.
Yeah, so he actually jumped down. Did a bit of a risky jump down to get to that wood, which is always, like, really cool to see. It looks like gonna fall to your death, but you're always like, if you angle it right, it's always like.
JK, you know, actually, yes.
Oh no.
This time I actually do. Last time I didn't, but you got me. You know, since you called me out, I had to reveal the big secret.
The big secret. Very cute pajama buttons. You're scratching the back of my channel.
This is the Easter egg for all the VOD people that actually watched the VOD.
Yeah.
Comment down below, I saw the pajamas at timestamp.
Yeah. This bit always like irritated me before, because like sometimes Trico wouldn't jump to your rescue, or he actually killed that guy as well. Nice. Like, it's not always guaranteed that you'll kill that guy. And
Yeah, this whole part is kind of awkward for sure.
Yeah. Because sometimes you don't know whether to go for both of them, or if you just want to go for that one guy, or...
I felt quick. Oh no, there's one still left. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, he just did the...
Oh, kick.
He just did the horse thing.
Yeah, but it's still not dead. This fight is really, really awkward.
Now it's dead.
Like, yeah.
As soon as the music is about to start changing, Walter's just like reset. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because again, it's based on like when the fight ends, like a few of the other ones. Might as well be comfy for a 3-hour stream.
But also got to, you know, represent the big world records with honor. You know, be all professional.
The lemon shirt, just like last time. I didn't want to get out any fancy dress, so I was like, lemons it is.
Lemons are very, very fancy, to be fair.
Okay, every time we do like a Team Eco review, I'm on it, and I'm on it, I'm just gonna bring out a lemon shirt. It's gonna be like a ritual. Call it now. When I put on a lemon shirt, it means I mean business.
Doing the business with the lemons.
Doing business in a suit.
Anyway.
Oh no, we're getting sidetracked. Jumping.
Smooth reference.
Oh, that's a new reset as well. Probably gets tree off a bit higher, quicker.
Okay.
Now, sometimes the resets, like, you don't know whether to go for them or not, because they either will or won't save time, or they save so little time, it feels like, what's the point?
Well, the point is to save
I trust
time.
I trust Walter's intuition here, so even though that looked a bit weird, like, because usually you just jump straight onto that ledge from Trico, rather than having to climb up the ladder.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's another weird one to me, somehow. But I guess it makes the AI do the thing quicker? No? I don't know.
Yeah, so he's gonna push the pot forward so that Walter won't have to push the pot himself. So he's gonna jump on that bridge there.
Oh, that's smart. Holy.
Yeah. Because you basically force him to do the animation that you missed again by resetting, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which actually does save like a good few seconds as well, because pulling that pot, or pushing it rather, is so slow. And again, coming up to this water section, we love it. We really love it. Water's got like a completely different setup to get Trico's tail to drop quicker than anyone else.
Okay, I want to see Walter summon the tail.
Summon the tail.
CPR. I love
CPR.
it. CPR is a great abbreviation.
Revive. Res him.
Res the speedrun every time.
Yeah. So he's calling him by that beam, trying to get him, I assume, to a certain part of the wood. I can see his foot, but there is.
So Walter doesn't quite...
I think he's forcing him to break the wood first as he's getting that crate in.
Ah, so... okay. Yeah, I can only guess how much optimization can be done in this part by precise movements and stuff.
Or you can swim in pentagrams, that works too.
Yeah, that's what I do, and I think it's 100% consistent.
Imagine if Ego had checkpoint resets. Oh boy. You just like reset the checkpoint and you're just suddenly in a different spot on the map. Great. Yeah.
You just leave Yorda and checkpoint reset towards you every time. Wait, the tail's already here! Excuse me! What the fuck?
Because if the camera's facing away from the tail will actually drop a lot faster. So I assume by getting Trico into the right position and then having the camera away from him,
that's so.
what?
That's smart. Yeah.
Smart.
Also, that checkpoint reset was very, very weird to me because I once did something like that and it just made me go back to tail. I don't know. Walter's checkpoints just work.
I remember doing something like that before as well, where I thought I hit it, but I didn't hit it, and then I was very sad afterwards.
Yeah.
And resetting here, I think, to get like a different thing on the armors so that I can kill them quicker.
Will he do a panda Sancho setup? The Sancho step?
The Sancho step.
Yeah.
Yay! We started at the same time.
Whenever I tried to do a Sancho step, it just felt awkward, and then I would miss the throw. Oh, this way.
So you push it like towards that wall like that. Like that step.
Okay. If you set it up properly, it doesn't seem as bad. Yeah.
Like, ultimately it does save like a second or two from having to place the barrel and then jump up and then pick up the barrel again.
But isn't it at the same time Trico kind of locked?
Not really. No.
As soon as you get the barrel to him, it does the whole thing sooner. Oh, I guess, yeah. Because it takes Trico a bit of time to get into position, usually.
Oh lord. Oh lord, he's coming.
Sindri decided to be part of the show.
You want the popcorn? You want the popcorn?
You want the popcorn, okay.
Hey, what's this? What's this? You don't care about the popcorn, do you? Or do you? No? Understandable, have a nice day. Dude.
Sindri's like, let me block the camera with my tail. Aggressively.
He's a very professional and polite gentleman, let me assure you.
Tail
Should
cam.
buy him a suit sometime. Okay, go.
As we continue with the whole
Yes, now the cat is gone.
Oh, wait. He didn't even like... He just touched that one and then got grabbed on purpose, didn't he?
Yeah, because you have to be grabbed for it to activate, like, that cutscene. By Trico. Sit down. Like, you don't actually need to, like, touch the door.
There's so many things I'm learning that I will forget all of them once I run the game again in a year or so.
Knowledge. Was that like a texture pop right there? What? Oh no.
Did the Trico on this thing ever disappear for anyone else but me?
See if he does it now.
Nope. He didn't.
Even if you climb up onto Trico, he'll still try and like grab you, which is super weird. Armor despawn time, baby. God, Trico's so slow sometimes. Like, I swear sometimes he'll like move, jump like so much quicker.
Just imagine the truck sounds like beep, beep, beep.
Oh, where's the soundboard when you need it?
Yeah.
And speaking of, the man himself, Walter, has arrived into the chat. Hello.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is quite a good reset. Please tell me you got it.
Yep. There it is.
That was spicy. Like, that is like such like a good frame to reset. Oh. Suddenly hot in here. Because like the earlier you reset, like the better. And it's just, I think you have to menu really quick as well. Otherwise, I think it still loads in if you take.
And now he's just destroying this armor, like pushing him all the way there.
Go on!
Move, move! We don't have time to waste.
Closer to your death. Are you alright, cat? Wouldn't it be in Trico? You just straight away like, okay, move on.
Someone at some point should get that barrel just for the joke of it during an 80% run.
Oh yeah, do it during the first ever sub 3, just get that barrel for like lol.
Yeah, just to flex.
I don't think, no, Wolf isn't bringing this cart that far into the light either. Like he literally just...
Yeah, it seems like a different setup, but it makes sense because Trico is set up already correctly.
Also less time like dragging the cart itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Because no, before I used to drag it a bit more towards that lever, but...
Yeah, it's a little things, yeah. Yeah, Walter, we've been talking a lot about your like cutthroat and the cutthroat like checkpoint resets. No time to waste, just go.
The ones that seem like really dangerous and that shouldn't work but do work, and you're just like, how did that work? I'm waiting for Trico to jump up before, yeah. Yo, an eco speedrun stream. What's good? We're doing a review of Walt's TLG world record, and he's actually in this chat right now.
Yeah.
If you want to push the ego. Yeah. No, we're actually almost like halfway through. Wow, we're halfway through already.
We're more than halfway through because it's Walter's run.
Whoa! Incredible. We're cruising through this.
You know, it really feels a lot faster when the run is just 3 hours and cuts like 15 minutes.
Although I love how he's just like surfing on Trico for his bit.
Like, I think when we talked to Sable, she mentioned how crazy it is that like a couple years ago the 316 of Satsu seemed like untouchable. Or was it even a 318 or something?
Yeah, it was 318.
Yeah. And now we're at 301 and we just accept the fact that happened.
Yeah, it's just like, this is fine. Because I remember before, like, when everyone started, like, running the game again, or when me and Samurai joined, Satsu just kind of woke up one day, booted up his PlayStation, started a stream, and immediately got, like, a 320 or something after, like, 2 years of not playing the game. And we were just like, hold on a minute. A threat.
He even got like the 316 as a record, right?
Yeah, he got like either the 316 as that standing record, which is the one that Samurai ended up beating.
Yeah, right.
And then
315.
And then he left. The point he left, and Stable got it, and then Walter got it, and just things happened.
Okay, Walter just mentioned that the first hour of the run was kind of average, but the second half is where it really pops off, so we haven't even seen the good shit yet.
Yeah, literally, runs only just begun.
For some reason, the Discord audio on you is kind of bad. I'm not sure if it's my internet or not.
Is it like wavy and cracking?
It's like robot sounding.
Oh, fantastic.
Might be on my end though, because I also dropped a couple frames here and there. That's why Stocky usually does these streams, because he has like the
internet.
he, the insane freaking what the hell is even that internet. Meanwhile, mine is just like about to be able to handle it. You know, it's German, so it's slow. It takes its time. It's kind of sloppy, but it tries hard. Yeah.
I mean, my Wi-Fi box says everything's fine, so.
Yeah, yeah, you know, that's not how it works in German. You pay a lot for the internet, but then it doesn't work anyway. That's how it's here.
I think I pay like £28, but then I think in about less than a year it'll go up to like £35 or something, or £40, I don't know. But I only have like 100 megabytes per second. It's nothing major.
Oh, that actually seems kind of expensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the 100 thing is usually about 20 here. I'm not sure. Mine is included in the rent, so I don't quite know anyway.
Why are you guys wearing shades, and how are you able to see anything? You see, we are distinguished gentlemen.
We have to suffer for the style. And honestly,
I remember last time we took off our shades because it started hurting our eyes, but we've just been vibing this whole time.
Yeah, the thing is, I can see the game just fine, but whenever I try to get my water bottle, I have to go into a
Reach
void.
into the void.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, instinct. It's great.
Wearing sunglasses at night inside a room is the real way to appreciate a run, you know?
You know, these sunglasses cost me like £15 because they're like heart-shaped for no reason. I was like, you know what? Let's be extra bougie today.
Let's just be extra.
Great.
It all started with the Sable review, didn't it, anyway? With getting dressed up and stuff.
Yeah, I think was that the first Team Eco?
Yeah, it might have been. I think it might have been. We just surprised everyone.
And then the rest were like audio only or something.
The Sancho one was audio only, and I'm not sure about the other ones.
Yeah.
There are a couple others.
But some people are just like, oh no, just don't want to dress up.
I mean,
every day is a day to dress up.
The OG was when I did those with Wacky on my own channel.
Those were like beta testing.
It was the wildest shit, but they were entertaining, I've been told.
Oh, I was watching them before I even joined the Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I was a premium lurker, and then I was like, do I join Discord? You know what? I'll take that invite, and then I just made my way in like.
You know, the fact that you actually found the invite through Wacky Tech reviews just blows my mind right now.
Oh yeah, I literally found it like by like breadcrumb trail from your channel.
Holy shit, that's insane. I'm glad it works, because I've been always putting like the links in and always making sure it leads to a server. And never quite knew how well it worked, but I've been told here and there that, oh, I found it through your videos, and it's always like so heartwarming.
A celebrity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, Walter likes my mug. I have a corn mug.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's so metal. Oh, man. Speaking of metal.
Boy.
The movement here is also like, I don't know, sometimes it just feels like you're never gonna optimize it, and that all the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, you just run in a line and then do things. But whenever Walter does it, it feels smoother.
I don't know, it always looks like it could be smoother, but never is to me. Like, it looks like you should be able to do some really cool jumps from one platform to the other. But
yeah, TOG just needs cooler tech. It's cool when you know the run, but when you don't, it's just like, oh, he's moving.
Yeah.
And jumping. You're like, oh, the cutthroat checkpoint reset there. Holy shit.
Yeah. Like, you could have lost the entire run to this one, like, fucking checkpoint reset being done a few frames too early. And everyone else, like, watching. Nice movement there. Just on the wood. Oh, premium. And, yeah, like, things like that. Like, anyone watching would just be like, okay, yeah.
We climbing.
Yeah.
We
He's running. He's jumping.
Even that jump, just doing it blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
It's a massive swag strat. This game is so underappreciated. Like, the speed game is...
I mean, I understand it. Running it takes a certain kind of masochism, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Here's Susan. What RNG is she gonna give you today?
Jumping behind the... Oh, that slap.
Oh.
Slapped by Susan.
Okay, not too bad. I've definitely seen worse. I remember in Satsu's old 316 record, Susan actually slapped him like off the cliff.
Oh,
and
God.
he had to reset. It was great.
It's not too much of a reset though, right? What time loss on him?
No. Because, I mean, he reset to start the fight anyway, so it's no big deal. I'll never forget that one time she, like, squished her head in there as I was jumping up and just, like, pinged me away. I've never forgiven her for that. It's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, Walter, at some point you have to walk me through this shit. We can just do a full German stream.
Run it on German or something.
Oh, actually, that would be a cool way to do it. Just submit to German. Yeah, if the theme of like their like monthly marathon works out, I'll hit you up.
I wouldn't have thought that GDQ would have done a time capsule for 2016, because 2016 doesn't feel that long ago.
Yeah, I think it was more like, oh, we got all the TV code games, but TOG wasn't in there yet.
Yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised when Theo came out with that. I was like, wait, people remember this game exists? Hello?
Yeah, the time capsules came out of nowhere, really. Like, nobody informed me, and then all of a sudden Stocky and Ruby were doing it, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually wild. And then, like, all the other ones with Blink and Theo, it's great.
And I think Sancho's doing one with Journey.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one, that's crazy.
But I don't know how, like, do GDQ just, like, DM you on Discord?
Yeah, I actually asked. Apparently you just get chosen and informed.
I guess that means you have to, like, stream fairly regularly and they just, like, scout you out. I don't know. Oh my god, Susan, you got moves. Oh my lord. She was, like, drifting. Jeez.
Yeah, I was in one of the... I was in the very first time capsule with Foxy because we did like community spotlights. So that
I think
was...
I still do as well.
Yeah.
I have so many like sideshows.
Yeah, there it was like Rail-kun just joining the server and was like, you, community spotlight, do a thing. That was the first time hard mode was actually featured anywhere. Because I just suggested a race with Foxy on HTA. And it even had like a fun practice race where we did a best of 3. And they won 2-1, but then Foxy won on the actual hotfix. But it was still a very, very cool watch because it, even though I fell behind like crazy early, it got fairly close.
Yeah. There's so many like sideshows, like How to Train a Speedrun. I didn't know that was like a thing, but if they've done it for Shadows, shouldn't they do it for every single one of the Team Eco games eventually? Right?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
I mean, that the cool thing about the community spotlights was that you were giving the choice of what you wanted to show.
Yeah.
So just showing a cool community race or whatever would be amazing.
Yeah, they don't just go, "Hey, you do this or else." Like,
Or
gun to
else.
your head. So, yeah.
Or else.
I swear, if you don't run in any percent category.
It's just gonna be a best of 20 windmill % race.
I'm pretty sure like they have meme categories, meme runs in their sideshows as well.
JK, no one wants to see that. Trust me, no one. I don't want to do that.
No, we'll just like take over their sideshow and do all the category extensions at once or something, you know?
I mean, wasn't that basically a Team Eco Marathon?
Yeah.
I think we might. I want to set up another one of those, like maybe next year or something.
The thing is, last time was so perfect because we were all still in lockdown and everyone was like free. Now everyone's.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue about setting up those things. You gotta get everyone together.
Yeah.
But
when everyone's got their own lives and like different time zones. And
but
stuff.
hey, I'm gonna set up the birthday race thing where I'm on lockdown myself. Around the 25th. So if y'all want to do a TOG race as well, I'll participate and suffer in a good way.
What day is the 25th?
It's a Monday.
Oh shit! I got Mondays off. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I'll post a Google Doc in the next week or so.
Yeah, I think I remember Walter saying this like cage puzzle was just like the chef's kiss.
I mean, JK, I'm always down to do another relay.
Oh yeah, we can do a fantastic relay now. Like we can blitz that relay.
Yeah.
Well, look at this cage. Oh my god, look! It just goes forward. It's just going forward.
It just does the thing it's supposed to do. Imagine. Yeah. And the insta push as well. Yeah.
Also, look at the cat. He's shit. He's making bread. He's making biscuits. Look him go. Fantastic. Stuff. I can watch it all day.
That's the content right there.
Yeah. Literally, I'm gonna be a just chatting streamer and have a cat cam and then be hella rich.
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
Stonks.
Come on, stream. You can do it. Don't die. Please don't die.
Yeah, the insta push. Like, I love how you say it only happened once and that happened in the world record. That's like unfathomably good.
Yeah, and no lag
That's
break.
like gold split material. The second like part of Cage Puzzle is also a bit of a nightmare though. Unknown.
Okay. Is it an instant one? I wonder.
Oh god, the instant one would be like Coom.
Close enough.
Oh. But it bounced.
Yeah. I remember getting the instant one once and I was so hyped I forgot to take the helmet. So all the time save I got I lost once again.
To be fair, it's something you roll back and forth, like no real need for adjustment. That's still a fucking excellent cage puzzle.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Analyze frame by frame. I'll never forget, like, when we were comparing Sable and Samurai's world records, like, side by side. Like,
yeah.
Sable overtook Samurai literally during the cutscene.
Oh yeah, but
like literally, they were both in the cutscene, and one overtook the other during the cutscene due to cutscene RNG.
That was the best moment ever, yeah.
Destroyed. I love how you can just jump over that guy.
Yeah, imagine you're like an elite armored soldier doing all the tricks and stuff, and then someone just jumps over you and then walks past you.
Yeah. Not even like a grab in midair or anything, just like he's given up.
That kid's too good.
It's like watching an airplane fly like over your head. And there's not really anything gonna be happening. Like it's just feed barrel, climb some more. Antenna room cutscene. And then it's like, oh, mine skip a white tower. So we have a lot of like cooldown time.
Yeah, but still, everything we've seen so far, like nothing stood out as bad time losses at all.
Oh no.
I know the TOG is like one of those games where you don't even notice yourself losing time. At least that's how I feel. I always just do a run and feel like, oh, that was fairly good, and then it's like a 3:55. And like, okay.
Like when you watch something on playback, it's completely different. Like you start noticing, hey, I could have cut this corner a little bit sharper, or could have done this.
Yeah, I feel like with me it's more than cutting corners, it's actually playing the game properly, but there's so many details. So many details. Walter says, my L2 was pretty bad. You know, the fact that you know what IL2 is already showing your knowledge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that has a Roman pot skip in it. And Trico here is also losing time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. The aroma pot skip.
Yeah.
But that's not bad to most people. It's just bad to you. That shows the quality you're aiming for, which is very
It
cool.
do be like that though. When you're aiming for like a sub 3, like everything has to be like picture perfect.
I mean that's fair. That's totally fair. Oh.
Ow! And he jumps. And he lands.
And he jumps again.
And he lands. Peak commentary, let me tell you.
Wait for it? Wait for it.
Hold on. Are you telling me he's gonna jump?
He jumps.
Oh!
And he lands. But you know what? You know what?
What, bro?
You won't believe it.
No. Don't tell me. Is he gonna do a bigger jump?
Guess what?
No.
He does.
Oh, he's
And
doing
he
it.
lands!
Oh, and the crowd goes wild. It's that one brain cell that we share between us doing the thing again.
You know, it's peak coordination though. It works very well. That one brain cell, I mean.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't tell who's like holding that brain cell.
You know,
Personal interpretation.
it got us to St. Albans, it will get us to the end of this run.
I'm so pissed off. The ticket master literally said, get off at this stop and then get on this train. So I did that, and then it just went past the goddamn station. I'm
For
so
context, we were kidnapped by a train. That's all
Yeah,
we
we
need
were.
to know.
I was given directions by the people who know the directions, and I just feel cheated. Man. And then, like, fucking Foxy and Ruby come along, and it's just like, Foxy's sense of direction is, like, immaculate. Oh, man. I'm so annoyed. It was fucking hilarious, but...
I mean, to be fair, I'm the worst one to compare with that, because I'm literally the opposite. I get lost at the place I actually live, so...
The annoying thing is, like, the GPS in London as well, it's so shit. Like, usually I go on my phone onto Google Maps to find out where I'm going. But, like, it was drifting so much. I was turning wrong corners and everything at one point. Really frustrating. I felt like a right knobhead, honestly.
Actually, JK, that's a good point. Like, the IL speedruns are more or less self-created chapter speedruns, now that I think of it.
Yeah.
That's actually fairly smart. It would need, like, you know, those... Oh, nice jump.
Oh, safe.
Okay, we're getting somewhere where things start happening again.
He's now the boy's jumping and landing. Oh,
But also scooting, you know?
shuffle.
Shuffling.
The old shuffle.
Doing the thing with the feet.
Mm-hmm. The game is naturally just like, it's kind of slow. Like, even like I have a PlayStation 4 Pro, which is supposed to be faster than base PS4, but even then, it's like it doesn't feel faster. It just like it doesn't drop frames, but the loading times just feel exactly the same.
I mean,
a lot of things.
I'll be completely honest. It is probably just me being very bad at noticing details, but when I switched from the PS4 to the PS5, I didn't feel a difference. In fact, I was slower on the PS5 because I unlearned all the things I learned, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I went from a 3:45 average to above 4 hours suffrage.
It's so great that like Shadow has IGT, so that's fair across every
And
platform.
built-in ILs, that's also a big one. And
Yeah.
saves. Imagine multiple saves in
Literally
TOG.
having saves, and you can save at like anywhere.
At like different spots on the map, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a concept.
Whereas TOG is just like a fucking playing a video game movie.
Yeah, actually, that's a good comparison. It's like you're actually watching a movie and when you pause, you can resume there, but not go back or forward. Even though with movies you can rewind, I guess, so even that isn't a good comparison.
Yeah.
Eaten.
Yeah, imagine having to practice any classes in any percent exactly. That's what this game feels like.
I mean, you can still do that with check. It's that, but without proper saves. Even worse.
I mean, for like some stuff in Shadow, you do use like an any percent save, like Barber or like any percent Hydrus or some shit like that.
Yeah, Hydrus and Basra are the big ones to practice. And Phalanx, because it has a different setup.
Ah, yes, cutscene RNG. Let's go.
God, my face just reflecting the light.
Ah. It's bright.
Oh god.
This game doesn't even have dark mode. Yikes.
Yikes. Me seeing the sun for the first time in years.
Going outside, yeah.
Okay. What do you think? What will Walter's RNG be like during this cutscene?
And I think it will go like pretty like average. There's only like a few different like ways it can go.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for Walter's Trico to just run because he's scared of what might happen if Walter actually dies.
He'll start doing like twirlies or something that he shouldn't really be doing. Well, it's not this bit, it's like the bit afterwards where he like jumps up. That's when I don't know, that's when things get a bit weird. God, watching this again and again, you just feel so slow. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, this is so sad and emotional, and it's just like, when's it gonna end?
Yeah, it's just a different version of aggro taking a swim, but slower. To be fair, artistically, it's great content.
Oh yeah. When you're playing a game casually for the first time, it's like your heart breaks in half and then breaks in half again and again and again. There is speed when you're trying to, you know, get the game over with. It's a bit like, come on, we got places to be.
stuff to do, places to be, things to experience.
Animals to pet. Like you. My cat's head's so fat. Like he's just on his bed, but like the side of his cheek is just spilling over his bed.
And he always looks very confused at everything.
See, Baguette says he looks angry all the time, and I disagree.
I don't know. He felt to me just looking very confused or weirded out. You know, almost
That's probably
disgusted.
because there were like 3 strangers in his home. He was like, "Where did they come from? Get them away!" Oh no.
Fair. Remove weirdos, please.
Yeah. And he was very happy once the weirdos were removed.
Oh, really?
Like, he went into the living room and was just like, "Alright, they're gone." And then just like chilled. What a cat.
What a cat.
You know you've got a cat when that cat has like excess cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When
you can make another cat out of that one cat.
If you think about it, then, you know, animals reproduce, they make more of the animal, you know?
Yeah, if the animal gets too big, like another animal just splits off of that animal.
That's exactly how it works, yes.
They they multiply by dividing. Oh, yikes.
When is Sindri already dividing?
He's
over you.
Growing. He's gaining mass, but he's not dividing. he's just big.
He refuses to divide.
Yeah, he's greedy. Cutscene ending, let's go! Straight up just drowns the boy.
Okay, after all the random rambling of nonsense, we can move on with the run. Let's fucking go.
Back into the run. And it's gonna be a checkpoint reset. Fucking yippee!
There it is. There it is.
Beautiful. I can't wait for mine. Like, I can't remember if Walt said he got mine skip or not in this run.
If he didn't, you know what that means. Sub-free win.
I mean, no random pot skip, so like, sub-free when?
Yeah.
I mean, sub-free one is like...
Yeah, but...
Just like an inverted pot skip away.
Why not sub-free though?
Yeah. But you can sub-free at that. I feel like, I don't know, getting like every like single jump, like the early mirror, and like mine first try is like a big thing.
Let's see.
Give me that setup.
Do it.
I know Brian's got like a weird way of doing it.
Yeah,
like,
almost
he did it from a different angle.
Jumping parallel, almost. Do it! Yes! There it is! Fucking clutch. Holy shit.
Second try. Let's go.
How much time does that save?
It saves like a whole last minute. It feels like a whole last minute.
A chunky ass minute, yeah. Unbeatable record right here.
Perfection.
Imagine
Flawless.
just hitting that goddamn skip.
That was like perfect execution. Yeah.
What a champion.
Big Giga Chad energy. Yeah, less than an hour left as well. That's insane.
I feel like it takes me 2 hours to get from here to the end. Honestly. That's what it feels like.
Every time like I boot up this game, I feel like I'm going to play like a Lord of the Rings marathon, like or something.
Lord of the Rings were great movies, but when people force me to watch them because I haven't watched them for the longest time, it was great but very exhausting.
Yeah.
Very exhausting.
Because I think all of them are like 12 hours or something, or 10 hours.
I watched some extended versions of them as well, I think.
Yeah.
Not first try though. Yeah, disgusting. Should have reset the run. Yeah.
Yeah, you lost like 7 seconds. Not
Fucking
getting
trash.
It, like, first
Yeah.
try, bro.
Walter, you can do better.
Weakness. That's like 3 head, not even 5 head. You think TLG is ending, but then it goes on and on. Yeah, you
Yes.
literally go through another fucking tunnel, and then another. And there's like, how many are there?
This is the best part of TLG though. The never endingness of it. You know,
Bit when it ends, is that the best bit or not?
Walter, you realize it's way worse when you're trash like me, because it's even more never ending, because on top of the never endingness I'm also slow. Imagine playing this game for an extra hour. That's my experience.
Imagine playing this game.
Imagine playing this game. What a mood.
I've got bread to get. I can't play games anymore. Prey's like special because it's like an hour and a half ish.
1 hour if you're
Over.
my evil twin.
Yeah. It's like, you know, very comfortable, like shortened ego, you know? Shortened shadow. Only 8 bosses. Wind RNG.
At the same time the bosses just feel way more obnoxious though.
Oh yeah. Like 2 guys dead.
I mean, you know what, Walter? Fair point.
Just get good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I tell people in Shadow, and when they do, and I'm like, oh, wow, good job. You did. Look at PDO. What a champ. Okay, we're getting to the spicy stuff. With all the things.
With the biggest sequence break in the game. Let's go! Yeah, you don't actually, with the armors, you don't actually need to run all the way into the, to this bit. You can run a bit before them, and then you can just hear them just like...
Oh, cool.
And then you run back, yeah. Like, I always hate, like, you know the cutscene where, like, the bridge is breaking, and then, like, you can start running towards, like, that tower, but, like, the controls, like, invert and move around.
Yeah.
So I really hate, like, jumping off a tree on this bridge, it just feels wrong. White Tower skip first try, let's go!
Okay, Walter said he lost 8 minutes here. Understandable.
Have a nice day.
I totally think that happened, yeah. Imagine if he actually lost 8 minutes and then found some sequence break later.
Yo. Oh. I just got invited out for a drink, oh my lord. Ooh, a reset?
Oh,
oh
yeah,
lord.
actually, I don't
Getting
probably...
Trico? Yeah.
Just doing the thing.
I can't believe you do it like that way. Jumping into the beam has always been like the hardest way of doing White Tower skip. Like jumping to the opposite beam.
And then he just be doing it like that. Though.
And he just like, ha ya yeet, and jumps.
Doing the yeetif around. Yeah.
And now we wait. No, it's not the easiest way. There is a setup, a guaranteed setup to just hop in, not hop across.
Come on, armors. We got a quota to fulfill. Let's fucking go.
Bro, you've literally got like 51 minutes to go. Roar. The easiest way to skip the skip.
Just do intended. To skip the skip.
I mean, true ending basically like intended, right? Oh, TLG intended percent. Oh no, what if I'm like qualified?
I mean, honestly, how much would actually be skipped if you did intended percent in TLG?
Like,
White Tower.
would that mean you couldn't checkpoint reset? Or like...
Oh, checkpoint resetless.
Oh no.
Oh
No.
god. Oh god. Fly
Never
already.
speak of that again.
No, no. That sounds worse than Shadow intended. Oh god.
That was such a big meme.
It still is.
I know, the kind of intended percent meme has like died off. Like, I don't think anyone's like submitted a run to that for a while.
I think Ruby tried a little bit.
Yeah.
For them it seems to work as a kind of chill out run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a record in it because of my pride, but I hated every bit of it.
Keep it alive. I really love the checkpoint reset here too. It's just like you completely skip like jumping off trigger that first time.
Oh yeah, I gotta do hard mode intended just to do it and then never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Hard mode intended, I need a special kind of mood for that. Smooth jump.
Beautiful. Grab onto the horn. I hate jumping onto like those from his head, like because sometimes the wall will just like bounce you out, or Trico will just like bounce you out of his head like that. It's awful. What a douche.
You know what? JK fair, but at the same time... You know also how I streamed for 5 hours yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And got like 3 or 4 runs to the last 3 Colossi and then failed in stupid ways, including on Malice.
I mean, I was at work, but yes.
And JK got his run like second try.
Yeah.
Freaking hell. Sub 15 isn't special anymore. It's just a thing to do.
Sub 15 isn't even special. Yikes.
When are you gonna run TOG again?
I don't know. When I stop being invited out for drinks, that's when. On my days off.
Understandable. Make TOG your new drug of choice.
TLG is my new beverage.
Sorry.
I'll just drink at home and speedrun, it'll be fine.
You're like, sorry guys, I have important business to fulfill.
I'm gonna drink alone, thank you very much.
I gotta get that dog to...
Swag
Oh, he did the
On
thing!
you.
The thing! Why would you go for the thing? That's so scary.
Oh, that looks so cool! He should have died.
He just does it. What the fuck? Why is it now a strat that just is done? What the hell? Is there a consistent setup for it? Oh my god.
Yes and no. You have to like eyeball it, because if you run to the end of that ledge, you'll just fall straight off, I'm pretty sure. So you can't even like teeter off the edge really. You just need to run and then adjust yourself in midair.
By the way, I just love how the official name of the thing is the thing.
The thing.
Yeah, this specific jump is actually the thing.
Mhm. But you know, there's another jump that's also the thing.
But it's not as much of the thing as this thing.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, different parts of the game have different things.
Different things for different things. That's
Exactly.
That's how things do things. jump to the very edge. Jumping early is death sentence.
It's really great that this bit has like new like movement tech, the way you jump down, rather than just like having to wait for Trico to.
Wait, what is happening here? Wait, I
He's
missed
falling
it.
down onto the ledges, and then he's gonna jump onto there so he doesn't break his leg, and then just go past the armors, so he doesn't have to wait for like Trico to fucking turn around and jump down, and he doesn't have to jump down himself and like break his leg and then get caught.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
I think there's a checkpoint after he pulls this down as well to skip the fight, in fact, perhaps.
Oh,
I did make that up, yeah.
the
It's
strats.
weird, like, this is the only, I think, checkpoint in the game which actually skips a fight. Like, the armors don't need to die. You just need to do the next thing the game thinks you've done after you kill.
That's so insane. Holy shit. So you just jump down, walk past them, and then ignore the hell out of them. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Like, you don't need to wait for Trico to kill them all. Like, you just do it.
Just make them disappear. Susan.
She angry though.
Why is she angry though?
Because she's Susan.
Well, Theo, you know, unfortunately, I have to tell you I don't watch every TOG run. I'm sorry.
He's not that invested.
And also, I'm not a TOG mod, actually. Yeah.
Coming from a different angle, let's go.
In fact, this is the first full TOG run I watch since the last review, probably.
It's sad that you've said that. Oh my lord.
Well, unless you count me playing, I think I must have done a run sometime, somewhere in between. We did a race in between, actually. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
I did finish my game though.
It's like me with that last prey race we had. And
Oh,
like,
no.
I think Paul trod on me and that, like, I was angry. I was, oh, it sent me. This Gondor Clash is clean.
Clean stuff.
Clean.
Clean strats. Clean memes. Everything's so clean.
Perfection. Absolutely insane. When you watch it, you think, I could do this, and then you boot up the game and it's just like, I can't do that.
Theo, you know, I can barely remember all the checkpoint resets I have to do. Like, the amount of information this game needs destroys my brain. I really would have to go for the IELs, but that's segmenting the whole thing again. That's... Whenever I feel like improving my Trick Effect, I'll have to sit down and learn, though. You know, even if you're fast at TOG, it's still like more than 2 shadow runs.
Yeah. Like, you're basically like, that's, TLG is basically like doing the entire bit of Eco and Shadow, like, again.
Okay, see, Theo gets it. He has an Excel sheet for the checkpoint resets.
Oh my lord.
You know, I might or might not come back to you asking for that Excel sheet.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Because when I started running, Usu just wrote them down for me. And I printed that out. And then I had trouble understanding what checkpoint was what.
Also, like, you have to like name the room and what like, or like what step you're on or something, and
Yeah.
it's really difficult.
Yeah, writing them yourself makes it an easier way, especially since while writing them you learn about them again.
Like everyone has like a different name for like the areas or something.
Yeah, I just call them that room and that other room with the thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. This bit after you do the thing. Yeah. Easy.
But the other thing, not the thing.
Mm-hmm. Don't get it confused with that other thing. You know?
But by the way, the smoothness of those lasers, just getting all the necessary spots. Meanwhile, whenever I get to this place, I'm like, wait, where did I have to shoot again? And then I wander around for 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Literally, like standing on that broken Trico pillar and like getting all the lightning shots in one.
Yeah, and once
so cool.
I saw the setup, I was like, oh, this will be easy. When I got to that part, I didn't remember where it was and had to pull up a YouTube video in the background.
Oh no.
I'm just very bad at remembering things. Shadow is made for stupid people like me because it has one boy and then the next boy and then the next boy, you know.
Or is this only one boy? Just one big boy.
And even then I had the longest trouble with actually doing the 90% paths properly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, feeding barrels. And then we have climbing. And then we have more climbing. More climbing. Oh my god, this game has so much climbing in it. Jeez.
And so many emotional scenes and cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's an artistic creation.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a lot of love and passion went into creating this game. Against all odds by a somewhat freelance studio.
And we were like, we want to do this fast. Trico, why are you taking so long? Eating those barrels, getting better. Just heal already. Heal faster.
Do it.
We don't have time for your stupid shit. Get up.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there are any spears in Trico either, which is like nice.
Stop being so emotional about it. It's just a couple spears and a little blood. You'll be fine.
And loading, and tiny cutscene, and more loading.
You know, for the new game, I'm fine with it being emotional if it also has some cool action stuff in it and a bit faster pace.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this new game will come out until like they actually hire like enough game designers for this studio.
And then it will come out on the Epic Games Store.
Probably. Oh.
And then everyone will have to run on PC, and it'll have SSD issues. And then people will make a loadless timer for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you have to just hope for IGT. You know, they added IGT in the first 2 games, so where's the issue, right? It's not like they would make a third game and not add an IGT into it.
No, nothing of the sort. But like, you'd have to release the game on like PlayStation. All the other ones before have come out on PlayStation. Like,
yeah, I'm sure it will. But there will also be a PC thing on top.
Yeah. Which also probably means that Xbox players can get their hands on it.
Imagine playing it on the Steam Deck. Just running in bed like this.
Like, instead of like catching Pokemon on your Switch or like selling turnips on Animal Crossing, you're just there like speed running a fucking.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm speed running. Yes. I'd live for that shit.
Ueda shows that you don't need to kill things for emotional damage. What the fuck kind of sentence is that, dude?
Oh, but that's rough and deep, boy.
That's the quote of the century. That's the quote of the day. I'm writing that and putting it on my wall.
Just make that the YouTube title.
It's gonna be like the new fucking Speed Docs series title where it's TLG, and the title's literally just a way to show you that you don't need to kill things for emotional damage. Like, that's the title, and it's like an hour-long video.
Yeah. We need to get speed docs on this eventually, right? Do we have enough history yet? Walter,
No,
can you produce some more history real quick, please? The sub 3 would be a great finisher.
Boy. But like, I don't know, Sandro still has that world record history of eco.
Oh yeah,
which
that
is
video was
lucky.
amazing. It was like on par with all the professional YouTubers.
Yeah, Blink's commentary literally just like,
It was spot on.
like butter couldn't melt. Perfect voice.
Should start a GoFundMe for Walter's PS5. Make sub 3 happen.
No, he's just, all he needs to do is like, I don't know, just like make an OnlyFans and only take pictures of your feet, and then like be real dirty about it, and then you'll make money in no time.
Huh.
Word of advice.
All the specific advice.
I don't know what I'm talking about, I swear.
This was just hypothetical. Okay.
Yeah. Just for legal reasons, that's a joke. I remember so long ago, and I mean like 2 years ago or something, like I think, I don't know where anyone got this impression from, but it was all like communally agreed that there was no checkpoint reset before the third antenna room, so no one bothered trying it, like, until like ILs came about and people realized, oh, you can actually reset here, and it's consistent.
Wait,
Boy.
I think I'm... So you reset on all the antenna rooms?
Yeah.
Because I remember people telling me, oh, don't reset on this one. This is the bad one to reset on. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
okay.
I have no idea where that like came about. It came about before I was even running.
So you don't have authority on that decision. Yeah.
I'll send you feet pics for it. Exactly. You gotta supply and demand, and then you'll get what you want. We did not break that top one.
Not that desperate for a sub 3. Weak.
Oh, it's like 15 seconds, bro.
Dude, imagine what you could do with all those 15 seconds. That would be like 3:01:27 in no time. I hope I did that math right. I probably did it wrong.
No, either. Even though you missed a shot, it's still like actually went smooth. Because sometimes, like, if you miss a shot, then like the timing's kind of off, and Trico can like stomp on you if you're really unlucky.
It was 28. God damn it. Anyway. So.
Look, more jumping.
I was about to say it's time.
Time, boy. It feels like some like Dora the Explorer kind of thing where it's like, and jump! And then jump! Yay! Look at us go!
You know, the fact that he just shot those mirrors and Trico didn't do anything stupid was already impressive. It's the small things, you know.
Like if you stand on like the proper like end of that bridge, like on the end of the side, then he won't tread on you. But then if he decides to do something quite wacky, then you will like fall and die. Because I remember, I think there's a clip on my channel somewhere where like I go to jump on his like leg, and then like he moved his leg forward at the same time, and so he just like swatted me away like a fly, and I went flying into the void.
Yep. Happened to me as well before.
Mm-hmm. Like every time you jump on Trico, something bad could happen.
Yeah, he could step on you and you could, you know,
Die, just like ball.
Or get stuck in certain textures of the ground,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
For no reason. I think JK really hates this section. I got a feeling reading that he just really isn't fond of it.
You know, whenever I play this section, this feels like it drags out for so long, and I have no clue why I'm slow, and it bothers me.
Every time I come to this section, I feel like I'm losing time.
Yeah, I probably lose time for sure, but yeah.
Like, it's just like, like I get it's like a calm before the storm, but still.
It's half an hour left. Imagine in half an hour, he climbed up all the way on this thing, flies, does the fight, does the parkour.
Does another fight, yeah.
Oh yeah, there was another fight before the parkouring, right? Oh god.
There's like 3 fights. I don't. Yeah, 3 odd fights.
Do you think Walter skips one of the waves in that one?
Oh, dude, it only like skips a phase if you're not actually doing a run. Like it's never happened during like a full game run. I don't think to anyone unless something's gone very badly. I remember one time like Sable like fell through the floor like twice in a run, so you know she was like quite behind just because of that. And then like she got like a 2 phase instead of 3 phase on like the White Tower fight, and it was like how?
That's the secret to sub 3.
Like the game give and it take away.
You know, just tank on small things, pretend to be suffering, then just happens. RNG manipulated.
This is where it's like there's actually like SRM or something where you just like rewrite the game's code as you're playing the game, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
Like you just move in certain patterns to make the fight shorter or something.
I mean, we have a checkpoint reset that despawns like armors. Surely we can despawn a whole wave of them somehow.
I don't know. But if you checkpoint reset in any of the fights, you just go back to the beginning of the fight.
Unless there's a frame for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Trico jumped down. That's like 5 seconds up.
Ooh.
No. Ew. Cringe.
Walter says he's never gotten a phase skip, so it confirms that he didn't in this run.
Sometimes you also get an extra phase, so keep that in mind next time you boot up the game.
Love it. Imagine you're on PB pace and then an extra phase happens.
I think it's like mostly on the first fight when you crash into the White Tower. That's like sometimes instead of 2 phases you can get 3. And I think it's happened to me twice before.
Wait, how does the third phase look like? Do new guards spawn out of nowhere?
Yeah, they just spawn out. Like it's like the second phase but all over again.
Wait, so there's another guy with like a mirror and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's horrifying. What the?
Like, I think the game just really gets confused and thinks that, oh, it's time to do the second phase again.
Has that guy fought those yet? Oh, just get them out just in case. I haven't looked. Lol.
Oh, cat doing strat. Stick his leggy out real far. During the climbing sections, we need to make our own content. The content.
Look at that content. Oh, that's like the painting, you know?
The creation of Adam.
Yeah.
Creation of cat. I swear I'm nice to him sometimes.
Good stuff. Jump.
Gotta keep the stream entertaining, you know?
Entertaining the masses.
Everyone loves cats.
There's a checkpoint reset there. Wow.
Yeah, you just get Trico to do a jump straight away.
Honestly, with half those checkpoint resets, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know about it or not. So I get surprised every time.
And that stupid ledge. I'll never forget about that damn ledge.
Bonk.
It's this ledge through this door.
Oh, that one, yeah.
B1 with the ledge.
You know, that clip just kept on giving. It got better and better with every moment.
I can't believe it lasted 8 minutes. 8 entire minutes.
And all of those 8 minutes were pure, like, entertainment.
It kept evolving.
Oh, wait. You can do that?
I don't think it always works, though.
Is it new? That's a new one, right?
Fairly new, yeah. Stricker's butt's still in the room.
Trico up there? Yeah, give me a minute. The way it took a while. Well, I guess it's still faster because Trico isn't concerned anymore. Yeah.
Also, it's like a lot less time to balance on his head and try and shoot it down.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And now you gotta make a bridge appear, which means you'll do more climbing and more pulling of levers. Like, I hate this, like, I know it's like calm before the storm, but it really is calm before the storm, or like nothing before the storm.
It's a real calm, and the storm takes
a
while to appear, yeah.
The bridge of my nose is actually hurting. Like, these glasses are too powerful. I can't cope with them.
Do we stay cool?
I just hold them. I'll just like hold them in front of me, like hovering, and it looks normal. Like bits like these are always like so like weird to talk like during a marathon because there's nothing to explain. It's just I'm walking this way and doing this.
Look at that bridge. It has a mechanism in it. Isn't that neat? That was that intentional? That drop?
I don't know.
Trico, why you do me like that?
Only one more half of the bridge. No, I almost died. Okay, so it wasn't intentional.
Understandable.
Have a nice day. No, he did the jump. Ah.
Oh.
Ah. What was that jumping? Yikes. I wonder how good these fights were then. Like, I wonder if these fights were like absolutely insane.
You know, right now it feels like the boy is moving faster than usual. I don't know why. He seems so... You know what I mean?
No.
It feels so smooth. Whenever I move the boy around, it doesn't feel as smooth.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, grabbed. Nice. 0 deaths. You just got to do a big jump, and then we're back to the entertainment. You know, those towers that, like, you're in right now, they just look like worse versions of the White Tower. It's like they built it, realized it's kind of shit, and then, like, had to build, like, another one, and then another one.
It's the White Tower and the other towers.
So what says PB for IL-12, which is like the last bit, is 19 minutes 17 seconds. So wait, if we do math from when that starts. He was just like staring. Oh no, move it. So basically, like, if you're on this pace and then you like pretty much beat your ILPB, it would be sub 3 or something, or close to it, like closer.
Oh boy.
Sub 3 looking kind of cute though. Oh, you jumped during the cutscene. Oh my lord. Hey, Trick actually grabbed that guy, nice. And that guy actually died, nice. And Trico's like movements are so weird in these last fights. Like he'll just like pick and choose who to kill. Sometimes he'll kill a guy like in front of you, which is like fine, but other times he'll just like
that balcony survived.
Gutted. No. I hate how it like lights up. Like it knows it got hit, but then just like won't get destroyed.
It hit the bolt protected part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey you.
You there. Literally like, Trigo, please shoot the lightning in the direction I want you to shoot it. Oh, didn't get grabbed, nice. No, sometimes even if you're like close to an armor, like they won't like grab you straight away. Like, they'll just keep like reaching their arms out and running.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know, sometimes they'll grab you. Won't even be like that close to them, but they'll grab you and they'll just touch you, but you'll still get grabbed. It's like so annoying. Yeah.
So the fight was still going, but Walter assumes.
Yeah, it looks like it's still going, yeah.
Walter assumes Trico will be fine.
Yeah. If Trico can finish them off, then like, yeah. I assume there's only like one guy left. You can just run and Trico will fucking...
Do you think you could just leave Trico alone and then Trico would do a thing by himself eventually?
Yeah. I mean, it actually saves like a good portion of time, you know?
I don't know, it's just like, is Trico calculated off screen what he does and how the fight goes?
I mean, he's still out there doing his thing.
I'm just curious if just running here directly and waiting and stuff would... Oh, that was smooth.
This bit's always like scary. Also doing it this way. Trico's like coming in just now, like, oh my lord.
Oh, so you do that before even activating them. That's kinda neat.
So I assume not gonna kill any armor, you're just gonna like keep doing that.
Wait, can you skip the whole thing?
Yeah, you don't need to kill them, it's just you feel a lot safer if you do kill them.
Whoa.
Because you can activate them from afar. But if you're like too slow, they can grab onto you.
That's such a cool way to do it though.
And also you need to like, yeah, like this guy pretty much just fucking straight up grabs them.
Oh, that was a fast, like, recovery though.
Yeah, it's easier to recover, the further in the game you are. Like, sometimes, like, especially in this area and the fight afterwards, like, if you mash the buttons after being grabbed, I don't know, it just feels like you get out quicker. I don't know. It's so risky doing this. Like, if you can't mash to save your life, then it's not gonna work out.
That's so interesting. Oh, nice way to approach it. And then you checkpoint reset all of it and just leave them there. Wow.
Stranded.
Wow. I'm impressed. Walter, how much time does it save to do it like that compared to the usual way?
I'm not sure, you know. It depends, like... If you were to, like, activate them all and kill them all in one shot, then it's still quicker, I think. Because then you don't need to keep looping around to activate them all.
Okay, Walter says a ton. Wow.
So close to the middle. Oh. So far, so good. There's 3 already dead. The guys up top are like so annoying when they start running around back and forth. Yeah, shooting the armor is like so inconsistent. Like, even if you hit them, it won't register as a hit or whatever. Or they'll fall over or something stupid.
Yeah, because I think when Sable did this whole thing, she just set it up so it was like a one-shot in the task. But if this is like still comparable or faster, that's actually very cool.
So, I'm assuming he was in front of the mirror guy, and he dropped his mirror and didn't have to pay attention. And just relied on Trico to break him free. Nice. I love it when Trico steps on one of the armors and it dies. It's just so satisfying.
Yeah, like that one clip where you got the jump piece and just killed them all by jumping around.
Imagine the armor.
Imagine if all of the actions were on the same button. Yeah.
Couldn't be this game at all. Oh, 2 in 1. Oh, he literally just hit that guy with his foot and he died. Oh my god. And the second one didn't even spawn in, like second eye shield.
Oh, it didn't?
I don't think it did. I didn't see one in the third phase.
You're already in the third phase?
Yeah.
I'm
It's like one guy left.
Crazy.
It's actually a pretty like insane fight.
Until Trico failed there.
That's so mad. That fight was like so smooth. We're on like the last 12 minutes. Oh, this is so comfy. Final stretch, how we vibing, how we all feeling?
I'm tired.
Yeah, it's like almost midnight for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I have work tomorrow.
Oof.
But this is worth it.
This is fine.
This is fine. Basically, all day today for me was playing chess and than doing this and the day is gone.
Mm-hmm. I find it funny when Trico pauses like that, like mid-turn, he just stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just not.
Sit down.
Oh, it's so painful. Then you like
every second
get
counts,
angry.
but sub 3 not today.
Then he sees the barrel. No.
Oh no. Ah.
Yikes.
You know that and aroma skip alone.
Yeah.
Probably almost enough.
That's so bad. Oh. Trico being so naughty. Oh my god. Oh. I've never had Trico like spot the barrel in that room before, and he's still being a little dude. Oh.
Yeah, Walter's just like, jump where? And Chico's looking that way. Where? There?
Yeah, there. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so painful to watch. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, this is the first actual one where I notice that Trico's being a butt.
Mm-hmm. Like, actually, Trico literally just, like, said, yo, nice sub 3.
How about not?
I don't know. Man. I've never had that happen, and it just happened.
There's a checkpoint reset there.
Yeah, I think it's on, like, the third jump up.
Whoa. I'm getting so excited about those checkpoint resets, and I can only assume half of them were already a thing when I started running.
The great thing about checkpoints is that it's literally like 3 times save.
Walter confirms that was over a minute lost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a yikes. So close though. Mm-hmm. So close. Someday sub 3 will happen.
Mm-hmm. You just need a Roma Potter mind skip in the same run.
Yeah, and then all of those amazing fights and crazy sections on top.
Just go for that trick in IL2 that saves like time as well. You know, just grind for that.
Oh yeah. Just do all the tricks. Go all out. And then you get there on amazing pace and miss mind skip. And then you suffer and cry. Yeah. I mean,
the final part of the game is just like more cutscene stuff. Oh, Pog, good jump.
I mean, it's easy to look at that run and then get annoyed by that one big time loss, but at the same time, all the other things that went so well, not to be underestimated.
But then also, like, you think about it, and it just makes it more infuriating that if it weren't for that one-time loss.
Yeah. It's basically a trade-off. You had the mind skip, how about the mind skip never existed and we went back here with that?
Like, the game literally took mind skip away from you. But at the end, where literally at the very end, like the last part of what could go wrong. And that's such a risky reset, doing it like that. Oh my lord.
Well.
Literally like hanging on to time.
Gotta go for the things.
Like the final 6 minutes.
I mean, at the same time, we gotta realize the 301 is freaking insane.
301's
and like
incredibly insane.
Over 90% of this run were just freaking incredible.
And we have cutscenes, and then playable cutscene. The glasses are hurting my ears, bro. I don't know how much longer I can go on for.
How about like 5 or 6 more minutes?
That's doable, bro.
That's fucking good.
Look at all those chickens.
Oh boy.
I remember for the first time seeing that, it's just like, wow. Like, a big finale, but it still doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah. You got to remember, Inikova is an official part of the game where you land a sick shot with a ball and God's like, yo, that was sick, and throws a laser sword through the window.
Yeah, true.
So, I think this is
That
fun.
lightsaber, and I can't believe that lightsaber, like, gets very, very long when you touch Yoda's hand. That just makes me a bit uncomfortable. Like, why is that canon? Why is that canon? Like, nothing else is as silly as that. Why?
We went there. Yeah. Okay.
Gotta talk about the other games every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, while the cutscenes are going on.
Mm-hmm. Because even Shadow, like, I don't think this or Shadow have had, like, any kind of other silly moment, you know? Like, a part of the game that was kind of dumb like that. Like, God just throwing you, like, a lightsaber or a mace, you know?
Yeah. The music, though. The music is so awesome.
There's like 8 of them or something. Goodness. That's a lot of names you have to make up.
Such a brutal cutscene, if you think.
Trico's such a lover, not a fighter. Like,
Yeah.
yikes. I wonder how many shots he gets on the master as well. If it's gonna be like a 1 shot or like a 3 shot. And the tail drop as well. Oh, I can't wait to see that tail drop.
Yeah, the tail drop will be the sick part. You know, the fact that you can still move around during this whole section, but nothing you can really do about, like, the speed of this.
I don't think you can even let go.
That would at least be funny.
You're literally just hanging on for like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it would be a cool strat if you, like, at some specific moment could just let go and get heated to the middle.
And just skip the rest of it, yeah. Like, they didn't have to add this part, but I feel like they did it for like a wow factor.
I mean, it is really cool. You can't jump or let go, unfortunately. Yeah, that makes sense.
The game really didn't want you to die. God, it feels so long when you're watching it.
Wade, I really wanted to make sure that you take that shit in.
And meanwhile, you know, Trico is just getting like demolished, being like choked and like legs being torn off, and
Oh god.
and just on a little like journey.
Run. Run.
Just over a minute ago.
No, 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 no. Ah. Essential part of the puzzle, then.
Sad, but needed.
Yeah. The 5G though.
You can even hear its 5G-ness. Look at that tail. Look at its positioning. Let's watch it drop.
Going for the
Oh,
very
bro,
end of it. That's a risky
gonna be a
move.
good drop. Oh, not quite. Oh, not quite. No.
What would happen if you let go here? Would you have to climb all the way back up again?
Oh, dude, a tail drop. No. What's going on?
That one
That almost
big
went
time
outbound.
was on the tail drop together, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like a one shot or two shot as well? It's gonna be two shot, isn't it? Oh, it
A
is
two shot.
Big GG's. Woo!
That was freaking cool. Boy.
That was a whole lot of oh boys.
Great run to watch. A lot of very, very cool things and new stuff to learn.
Yes, eventually when I boot up the game again and run it, I will implement all those cool tricks.
Alright. That was sick.
Thank you for joining this today's episode of Team Eco Reviews or Reacts or both.
Yeah.
Does that mean we get to raid someone now?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you everyone for watching, and that was freaking great.
I mean, Ruby's playing, so
Yeah, let's rate Ruby.
yeah.
Let's see.
Do the thing.
Let's see if I can even do this from here.
Oh yeah, true. Ah yes, communal channel.
That didn't work. Oh, it worked. That's pretty cool.
There we go, poggers.
So let me save the recording first.